All right, welcome back, everybody. I'm putting the last finishing touches on this list. So I'm running a little bit late, as is the norm on this channel. We're keeping it simple today. I was thinking about things I wanted to do, and then just opted to do none of them. And I just wanted to just play some clean stock D&T, refresh kind of a lot of my preconceived notions about cards and ideas and deck building, and kind of just like look through the lens of other players, specifically Yoshiwata, a really good D&T player through and through, someone who I respect a lot in terms of D&T playing and deck building. So I wanted to just literally take a stock Yoshiwata list and stop doing the thing where I take a list and be like, I don't like these cards in this deck, and just swap out a bunch of stuff and, make the deck worse a lot of the time. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not gonna go oh, I don't think Yoshiwata's trying to win the Oops All Spells matchup. I'm gonna add Leyline of the Voids and stuff. We're just gonna fire it off. We're just gonna play exactly his 95 that he top forward a challenge with recently, sometime over the weekend. This is his exact 95, not a card changed. And we are just going to fucking run it, play it in a little bit of a league like we always do at the start of these streams, and try to see if we can get the the prelim to fire. Hey, kitty, cut it out. So that is our plan today. Very, very simple. I do have some thoughts about the meta at large, but it also just kind of feels like I don't care. Like the BNR is like right around the corner. If something happens, then just like really takes the wind out of your sails, So it's like there's a lot of interesting things that are kind of happening in the end of this meta. There's this huge upsert for those of you that watch MTGO results. There's a huge uptick of blue painter strategies, something that I saw in the previous showcase kind of starting to crop up a little bit. Mental Missteps, Stefan was playing it, and it really, really blew up. It had a ton of placements over the past week in challenges and such. There was also a little bit of a spike in Sneak and Show players. All of that culminating into I was thinking about the Red Splash again. It was just like Pyroblast looks really good, and Magus the Moon looks like much better. It was kind of leaning towards that direction, but it just, whenever there's a BNR right around the corner, you just kind of think oh, is it really worth the mental exercise of trying to thread that needle when we're just hopefully for a lot of people we're gonna just ban a card and flip the meta over on its head in a day or so, or a week or so. Sorry. Notably, there is a showcase between now and then, a showcase that I may or may not play in, depending on how much play points I have at the end of this. I think I have 26 right now. Let's check on this. 24. So hopefully we can get our other 20. I don't know if I'm going to be playing in the showcase or save my QPs for the LCQ, which will be right after the BNR, which might be interesting. Might be fun to stream the Tuesday night LCQ in a new format. I think that's more interesting. There's a world where I get 80 points, depending on... I have some free time between now and Saturday. If I get close to 80, we might shoot for both. So... We shall see what happens. If I'm playing the showcase on Sunday, I will stream it. And obviously, if I'm playing the LCQ on Tuesday, I will stream that because it's my usual time slot. But we'll see. Maybe we just 03 this prelim and have no QPs and just do neither. Who knows? Can you stop? DT streams making... Oh god, that stupid chat's broken again. I was gonna... the chat's not showing up on stream, or yeah, it just happens on OBS 30% of my streams, it feels like, lately. But D&D streams make a very boring hospital stay less boring. I'm glad I can help. I hope your hospital stay is not that serious. Is stock Yoshiwata? Yes. This is literally Yoshiwata's 95 yoinked from the weekend's 4th place challenge. This hand's on the lower end of playability, but still playable. Turn 1 Thoughtseize on the play is hard to pass up. D&T to prelim together. Have we ever won a match in this situation on stream? I think we've been more than 2-2 in a prelim, like maybe once. The Tuesday night prelims are extremely cursed for playing D&T though. It's just like it's a fool's errand. All the combo sickos just show up on the Tuesday night prelims. It's crazy. Whoa. Alright, we take those. Hey Jared, how's it going? Let me see if I can fix chat as well. Chat loves to just not work for no reason when I boot up the streams. What's happening? Are we just getting like forced into turn 1 Doomsdayed? Is that gonna be my life? No. Cool. I mean, I'm just gonna Stoneforge for Cauldra, I guess, against like Force Pitch Force on my Thoughtseize. We already have a removal spell in hand if there's some other weird deck. Otherwise, I just want to hit him as hard as I can. I guess there's like a world that I would want Lion Sash if this is like blue-black Reanimator and they're on a 1-lander. They fetch basic island and then shuffle on their Ponder. That feels less likely to me than like any other smattering of combo deck right now, and I just want to punch them in the face with Cauldra. Especially on Ponder Shuffle. Ponder Shuffle, like Basic Island Ponder Shuffle, or I guess Basic Island Ponder in general means that even if they are blue-black Reanimator, they can't turn to you. And it's just like Sneak and Show. It's fine. And that's less fine. Sneak Attack. Show and Tell into Sneak Attack. So Caracas beats Sneak Attack Emrakul. Sneak Attack Traxa, we're just kind of fucked. If it's just a Traxa, Caracas is okay. I kind of wanted to put in Caracas just to thread the needle a little bit. Like, we're going to pay 2 mana and put in Cauldra next turn anyway, so it's not a huge loss. If we put in Cauldra here, we, like, get more damage, right? We could potentially, you know, Phantom Blade something. I think I'm just going to put in Caracas and hope for the best. Alright, that's not the best. But it's not the worst either. Well, that's kind of the worst. Show and Tell Omniscience stock up. We can draw Recruiter or Witch Enchanter. Kind of don't want to bounce this too because they can just Show and Tell Omniscience and recast it, huh? Show and Tell, Tarn, Omniscience, Lotus Petal. We have no 4th land. I mean, I guess I'm just gonna Phantom Blade this thing. The question is, am I supposed to play something else too? Just like Legend Rule my Caracas to cast a 2nd Stoneforge Mystic? Or a Felia? Felia's not bad because it lets me like blink Phantom Blade. Although I don't think that's helpful, really. Because Atrax is already going to kill me, and Emrakul is also going to kill me because it's off Omniscience. Enough, kitty. I think it's worth just trying to get as much power in play as possible this turn. Hoping for the best. So let's just sorcery speed this. Enough, kitty. What's your problem? Get out of here. Come on. Get. Let me kick this kitty out of here 1 second. Get out of here. Alright. Don't have enough play point to bring Kitty back, thank God. Last week when I kicked her out, and immediately Eric redeems. I guess we put it on Felia because we maybe tap this Stoneforge. Who knows? Akilith, you motherfucker. Redeeming, let dog back in. Oh wait, hang on. I gotta refund one of those. Shit, how do I do that? Chat, how do I refund? What is that happening? Brainstorm in response? Am I gonna get like main deck consigned? Oh yeah, you're a mod. You can refund that, Akilith. Thank you. Let me go open the door. You fucking sickos. I should have never made that redemption. You absolute maniacs. Why would you ever brainstorm this? It seems weird. You just get a free brainstorm, right? When you show and tell in your omniscience. I'm probably just gonna die, but you know. We got like 9 power in play. After they cast show and tell, we put in this Cauldron. Appreciated, Akilith. Let me see if I can fix chat while my opponent's killing me here. Is there ever a reason that I would put in Stoneforge? No. Not dead. Exciting stuff. Next question. Is there ever a reason to leave up Caracas over casting Lion Sash here? Saw the beginning of the title and was hoping for Stock Up Stompy. What did I even title the stream? Alright, so the main calculus I want to do here is, can we beat top deck Emrakul after sacking 6 permanents? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 8 power in play. We can beat Emrakul after sacking 6 permanents, even without casting this Lion Sash. Does the Caracas ever matter? Outside of that, I don't think it ever does. But I think this decision is just completely moot. And that we're just gonna live or die based on what the top of my opponent's deck is. But they cast Brainstorm, so I don't feel like we're dead. There's like some weird main deck interaction where I wanted to cast Sash to have lethal even if they like beat Cauldron with like a main deck bounce spell or something. They left a card on top. They know about that card. Why would you leave it on top? They cast Brainstorm. No, they fetched. They brainstormed and then they fetched last turn. Never mind. I forgot about that part. but they left the card on top and they cast Brainstorm, which means we're not gonna die yet. We can beat just Emrakul. I guess leaving up Crocus, no, it doesn't beat Atraxa because they just recast it. We're probably dead. That was a fast ponder. A ponder shuffle, though. The old D&D pastime of Are We Dead? Yes. Very true. Alright. If we sack this Caracas and they have Atraxa and completely whiff on the Atraxa, we still beat it with just Felia plus Cauldra, because it's 8 damage. That literally doesn't matter if they cast second Emrakul, we just die. I think we just sack all our lands and, like, Stoneforge. Not dead? Often dead, but not always? Oh, we did it! It's just that easy, folks. It's just that easy. Was never even a little bit concerned. Math experts never doubted. 20 is greater than 15. You nailed it. Let it be known Felia's officially stalking. I mean, I think I don't get a say in it. I've been, like, completely asleep at the wheel this season since Frog got banned. Yoshiwata is the one running the fucking D&T train. His list is stock. I don't get to decide whether or not it's stock based on how much I like it. It's just, like, he's the one putting up results with death attacks. People are, McWinsauce is copying Yoshiwata's lists and playing them in challenges, and people copy McWinsauce's list. Like, it is absolutely stock. What do I think about -1 Skyclave +1 Bowmaster? I like Skyclave. Bowmaster's, like, fine, but I do like a lot of Skyclaves. I think this list, in my experience, this list has suffered, like, a little bit in the tempo matchups in a way that you want a card like Skyclave more than a card like Bowmasters, because you have a little bit less removal. And Bowmasters isn't the most reliable removal spell. Also just, like, helps interact with cards like the One Ring a lot better than, like, removing your opponent's One Ring from play is usually going to be better than casting Orcish Bowmaster versus it. But there are a lot of matchups where you'd be happy with a Bowmaster in your deck. How am I sideboarding? Definitely these, maybe these. These cards have always been, like, pretty mid to bad versus Sneak and Show. It depends a lot on what we're cutting. These are easy cuts. These White Orchid Phantoms have to be garbage, so I guess we have space for exactly 5 cards, don't we? Yeah, Silence and Mindbreak Trap are both, like, medium versus some Omniscience lines can buy you, like, a turn or 2 sometimes, which is, like, just enough. And we have a lot of cards that are pretty textless in this matchup. White Orchid Phantom, Swords of Plowshares. So we're not losing a lot by adding these cards to our deck. White Orchid seems more worth a Mindbreak Trap. They're not a turn 1 deck, but they're a deck that casts 3 spells in 1 turn pretty easily in their Omniscience lines. It's very easy for them to, like, Show and Tell into Omniscience, cast a Cantrip, cast an Emrakul or an Atraxa. Whereas your White Orchid Phantom has 2 power, and that's the majority of that card's playability. is below average. If it's below average, I should probably hit mulligan. Maybe it's average. It's okay. Certainly. I wonder if I fucked up on that first show and tell line in game one. If I was like playing like really scared when the answer was like, it's much more likely that they have Atraxa versus sneak attack Emrakul in that position. In fact, against like D&T specifically, you're just not supposed to play the pedal if you're playing like sneak. I guess no, you're supposed to play the pedal if you're playing sneak attack, because if I put in like Skyclave or Flicker Wisp or something, because you could like conceal the red mana potentially, but it's less likely. But it always gets in my head when my opponent goes Lotus Petal Show and Tell with 1 mana. I'm like, what if they have sneak attack into just every fucking time? Hey, Eureka, thanks for the 7-month resub. I see Deafening Silence. I just joined, but I'm on Team Opponent. They're on Sneak and Show. It's like not even really a Deafening Silence matchup. I am just going to cast Aether Vial here. I will probably not even put in Deafening Silence if they cast Show and Tell. I'm probably more likely to win a game with Recruiter of the Guard, but hopefully they just don't cast Show and Tell and let me go Vial into Deafening Silence next turn or something. Oh, fuck. Five cards in hand. If we put in Recruiter, we're probably going to die. If we put in Deafening Silence, they put in Atraxa. Them getting 7 life does suck, but it's not the end of the world. I think it's just put in Deafening Silence and hope that they just have a hand of Omniscience, a bunch of cantrips, and never find the creature. That's not the thing I wanted to see, huh? Alright, they didn't hit the best. This thing's gonna beat the shit out of me, though. Show and Tell, Scalding Tarn Force. I guess now we're playing Aether Vial and Marsh Flats and saying go. Or just like top picking Karakas like a good Magic player would here. Is that even good against the Atraxa? I guess top pick like Solitude gets countered. Perfect. the Wombo combo, Deafening Silence, Mindbreak Trap. Legit can't play tonight, but ping me if I'm not here and you need me to join. Alright, I'll let you know. Oh shit, I should sign up for that. It's 8:30. We got plenty of time. Attack first is smart if they're going to cast a cantrip and like they probably don't want to cast anything until I force them to do something, because then they put the shields down on getting their Atraxa Solitude in. But if they're going to cast a spell, they want to cast it after combat. Alright, well, I guess we get to put in Recruiter of the Guard here, huh? It doesn't bode well for me that my opponent's just casting a second Show and Tell. I mean, I guess I just get Solitude and kill the Atraxa and hope that that's good enough. Like, I can't beat anything. This is the put in Recruiter for Solitude out the first one, leaving me 2 for behind. I thought so, that's why I didn't do it. There's also, like, D&D's, like, fairly good at beating an Atraxa, but you just take some licks and they gain a bunch of life, so, like, maybe it's not worth it in the long run. But, yeah, I think we do just have to get Solitude here. They can't cast a spell this turn. They're just going to go to 33, 32, and then... Nice that Solitude kills Emrakul. Yeah, that'll be nice for the second one. Okay, never mind. We're just dead. I mean, we could, like, Solitude the Emrakul, go to 5 life, and then top deck Caracas. Caracas doesn't beat the Atraxa, because then they just recast it. Alright, I've had enough. We can just play game 3. It's fine. We'll run it back. Classic hand of bunch of sideboard cards. None of them matter. Those were the kind of bad sideboard cards. In fairness, the White Orchid Phantoms in my hand would have also been very bad. Maybe if I had a handful of White Orchid Phantoms, I would have hit the mulligan button, though, and then, like, drawn a hand with Thoughtseize and been able to interact that game. Who knows? Maybe I got baited into keeping that hand, just because it had cards with reasonable amounts of text. Alright, this hand's cooking. We should try this MH3 card Vexing Bauble. Really good against Omniscience Emrakul, in fact. Fantastic against that. Mulligan to 6 versus Thoughtseize Bowmaster. Good start, good start. This deck is why I'm trying to run 4 flutes. I get it, yeah. I was talking, like, at the very beginning of the stream, I was talking about this deck has been popping up more, and I was kind of thinking about the red splash again. Wow, what a hand. Is it greedy to take the Brainstorm and like try to cast Recruiter on turn 3 for Witch Enchanter? That feels so greedy to me. I feel like I can beat this one Brainstorm so much easier than I can beat this Omniscience if my opponent finds Show and Tell, right? I just should take the Show and Tell. Or, I mean, I should take the Omniscience. The Surveil land is very bad here, yes. It's going to be really awkward if I don't hit my land 3 on 10 for Recruiter. I'm going to take the Omniscience. It's got to be more right. The Brainstorm is awfully tempting, though. Are people on Cunning Wish? Not usually, from what I see. You just play stock up. It's like Cunning Wish, but much better. Chat is not on screen. Yeah, I'm aware. I was going to fix that as soon as I saw it. But then I got embroiled in this game of Magic. So I need to fix that after this game of Magic. Hey, Lackey. How's it going? I guess I just cast this Bowmasters in their upkeep. Or after they fetch a Surveil land here. They can just never fetch Surveil here. This is like the most obvious Bowmaster in the entire world. Fair enough. Maybe they just kind of, maybe their hand is just forced. Oh, they don't have this Omniscience in here. What am I doing? What am I recruiting for now? They're down in Omniscience. I kind of just want, like, a Solitude or something. They milled a Brainstorm. Oh, well. Okay, stock up. That's pretty bad for me, too, but... I was gonna freak out if their 2 draw steps were, like, Show and Tell Traxa. It's gonna be real mad. When I read the title starting with stock, I thought you put stock up in D&T. Okay, maybe I should use the word stock more lightly. Milling Brainstorm is alternative timeline Thoughtseize bug. True. The genius play of taking the Omniscience, because they would have just drawn the Brainstorm had I taken it. Drawing the first land was fine because it lets me cast Recruiter on turn 3. Drawing the second land is less fine, but, like, What is our best avenue to victory here? It is attacking with Orcish Bowmaster and then casting Recruit of the Guard and getting something. I think it's just getting Solitude. Maybe not. They just resolved a stock up, which means they probably have all the pieces of their combo, and we're in a horrifying position here. And I am deeply mortified of what may come, but we're gonna... What if we got Witch Enchanter? They're down on Omniscience, so I'm not super into that, because it's really bad if they just have, like, Show and Tell Atraxa. Three. Imagine if we had some Tundras to hold up Hardcast Trap. What a world. I think I'm just going to get Solitude so I have a plan for Show and Tell in Atraxa or Emrakul. It's something that I just don't have covered at all, even a little bit right now. It unfortunately makes my clock extremely mediocre, but... I think I have some Omniscience lines covered. We're weak to just a big dude. So I want Solitude, I think. Terrifying. This helps with the clock. It also helps me die, presumably. That's a, I'm going to kill you brainstorm for sure. But if it's just like Omniscience thing, we do have the Mindbreak Trap for that, which is nice. It's also, we don't have lethal, so... You are allowed to cast that brainstorm and then, like, fetch, and then try to set up lethal for 2 turns or something. We're only attacking for 6 here. Hey, Haran, thanks for the 4-month resub. Prelim. Yeah, we're gonna sign up in a second after we finish this match. I'm just gonna pick up Yorion here, I guess. Play my Surveil land. Pick up Yorion. Is Caracas Caracas might actually be a card that I want to leave on top in case of, like, some Atraxa. If they just, like, Show and Tell in Atraxa, I don't really want to Solitude it because then I don't have lethal. I only have 9, and they'd go to 11. Play Surveil and lose to Daze. We're not casting a spell. I guess we're going to cast the Mindbreak Trap and get Dazed or whatever, but... Are Show and Tell players even, like, playing Dazes lately? Anyway, I don't think this decision matters a lot, so I'm going to just put it on top and hope for the best. We either win or lose on basically this turn. We have a few angles covered, so it's not the end of the world. Maybe that top was bad. If they just have, like, Sneak Attack and I have to burn the Solitude. Like, Sneak Attack red land, burn the Solitude, they gain, like, 7 or 15, and then I just have... They have 2 red lands, and I have a fucking Caracas, and I'd rather draw a real card. Alright. Show and Tell first spell here. I don't want to put in Solitude... Because if they have Omniscience and Emrakul, I die. I don't want to put in Yorion because I can't cast the Solitude, so we just put in land. You wouldn't need a Solitude Sneak Attack creature. I guess that's fair, yeah. So we can beat an Emrakul. I will simply put in a land. Yorion in means that I can't cast Solitude if they put in Omniscience, then cast Emrakul immediately. So we're just going to put in Marsh Flats. If they cast Atraxa, or if they put in Atraxa here, we can just not fetch, take our draw step, Crocus, attack for lethal. Scary. Where's my Witch Enchanter? Maybe Lackey was right the whole time. Cantrip into Atraxa is the ideal. If you put in Yorion, you get to blink the Recruiter. Yeah, I guess that's fair, yeah. We blink the Recruiter and then get a white card for Solitude. Disruptor Flute. Name Solitude, then get Mindbreak trapped. Name Marsh Flats. Name Yorion Sky Nomad. Interesting. Then cast Emrakul. Interesting choice. This Yorion name just doesn't make any sense. I'm so confused by it. Weren't they supposed to name Solitude? Do I even Solitude this? I might just, like, take it, huh? Feels more likely to win. I just sack my Recruiter in 5 lands and hope that they don't do something scary to me. Okay, they don't attack. Perfect. We just have Caracas on the top of our deck that we strategically left there. I'm so fucking smart. Look at us. Omni Emrakul, no attack. Yeah, like first time in history. Let's go! We got there. Hell yeah. Alright, where's this prelim? Before I fucking forget. It's prelim in 11 minutes. 8 people? Holy shit, we're definitely fucking doing it, huh? What a game. What a game. That was sick. The Mindbreak Dragon Emrakul into take my extra turn, draw second Emrakul, and then beat second Emrakul. Notably, they should have definitely named Solitude. Very confused why they didn't. It also did not matter at all. I suppose I would have got obliterated if they had named Mindbreak Trap, huh? I Solitude the first one, and then they draw the second one, and then they're at like 19 life. Actually, I probably don't Solitude the first one, because what happens, I would have just done the same thing where it's like, okay, I'll just sack my permanents. And then they cast the second one, and then I have to Solitude that one, and all I have is a Bowmaster and a 4/4, and then I just have to pray. Anyway, let's try to fix chat for whatever ungodly reason chat loves to just disappear from my stream display all the time. Alright, new chat is maybe created. Looked like it was there for a second, and then it just vanished. We're shy. No one wants to show up on stream. Last time it happened, like, chat just randomly started working, like, in the middle of the stream. Very baffling to me. I'll never understand, but the fucking chat widget. Maybe I just need to find like a different fucking link to my Twitch chat. The fact that this one just stops working every third stream is kind of infuriating. 9 people in here. Let's go. Chat is just like a pot. It only boils if you don't look. What? Hey, look, and that was the first. That was the first message that shows up. We fucking did it. We've fixed chat. We have not fixed the follow and subscription notifications, so apologies to everyone who follows or subscribes, and you don't get to see your name show up on the screen with the weird little zombie running animation. The extremely default OBS animation that I've never changed. Maybe one day I'll like commission like a cool like Thalia animation. Maybe we'll commission a cool animation for a card that is still played in D&T even. $5 million channel points to change the follow animation. That's something that like I did like kind of I've gotten sidetracked doing a bunch of stuff. There was like a busy couple of months in there, and like I want to make some more emotes again. I still have some more emote slots. I want like a cool animation for like follow and sub notifications rather than just like the generic ones. I do want to improve the stream little by little. It's just, you know, real life gets in the way. Alternative line 17.4k. Is that the exact amount of channel points you have right now? But we'll just chill here for the next 7 minutes. I think Yoshiwata's list makes a lot of sense to me in a lot of ways. I think there's a very... I do respect... I do like that he is respecting the Oops matchup a little bit more with his choice of, like, a mixture of Mindbreak Trap and Grafdigger's Cage. Like, additional copies of Grafdigger's Cage rather than just, like, a bunch of Fairy Macabres and, like, just call it a day or whatever. I think the Oops matchup is probably still largely unwinnable, but I do think it's kind of fine for this deck to not respect Oops a little bit and maybe try to hedge for the other matchups. It's maybe a more reasonable strategy than I give it credit for. It's easy to be afraid of Oops, but it's, like, not the most popular deck right now. Like, that's kind of the strategy we've been employing largely for all the mainstream meta with regards to Eldrazi, is just, like, I mean, the match was bad, but you just won't play against it that much. And, like, you have some cards that, like, you could pretend to give you a shot, and they really don't, but... And the main deck, I do think, makes a lot of sense. These White Orchid Phantoms have kind of solidified as the secondary card. Is the prelim looking? We had like 9 people in it. We got 11. I think you're good, Eureka. As much as I wanted the free win, we're probably good. Unless no one shows up. I feel like this is probably just a bunch of bad matchups for me, like it is every night. Because Adam's probably playing some stupid bullshit. I think this is an Oops player. I don't remember. Evron's playing fucking like 7 Torpor Orbs. Samantha's playing the mono black Cellar Spawn deck, which I've never actually played against, but it looks pretty heinous for D&T. The one challenge I played in the last year, I played Oops twice in 4 matches and lost despite my ley line, so I'm in no position to understand not respect the matchup more strongly, but I also get probably just saying whatever. Yeah, I mean, that's also kind of the case of, like, maybe if we're playing ley line and losing to Oops, that we should just kind of give up a little bit and try to play towards those other matchups. Maybe it is a more reasonable plan rather than, like, try to hedge for it harder. Have more tech for the Oops matchup is just kind of like, your matchup's horrible, and your matchup's probably going to be bad even with your ley lines, because the deck is just built to kill ley line because it's the only card that fucking actually beats them. You played a league and easily went 2 over D&T, but I mean, that's like every single human being on planet Earth versus a random D&T player in a league. It's just like, oh, I played fucking Rugged Elver and I easily 2-0 D&T. Yeah, that's because you played against the average D&T player. Come on now. Ban Dark Ritual? Real. Haters want to ban Ancient Tomb. We should ban the true broken fast mana. But yeah, I really don't think D&T can beat anyone that's like trying to, like, just casting Necro Dominance ever in a game of Magic. Maybe the Red Splash has a little bit better time against Necro Dominance, because you can actually pressure a life total, but like, your opponent just like casts a Necro Dominance on turn 3, they're at like 19 life or whatever, D&T just like fucking dies. We don't have any Spirited Labyrinths right now. Eureka, we have enough people. You don't need to join. We got 15 in this prelim. You'd only need to join if you're gonna play against me and then also lose. Joining to try to snipe you. Good luck. Alright, that's fair. That's valid. I respect that. What did you register? Do you have any spoilers for the chat? Any you want to hint at whatever your deck list is? I am curious. I left it very open-ended when we were talking this morning. It has a good D&T matchup. Okay, well, that's just your entire range, huh? This is like the biggest legacy prelim I've seen in a while. Tuesday night, 16 people. I guess it makes sense because we're like right before the last showcase of the season and the LCQs. People want a little bit more QPs. This would be a really nice one to do well in for me. I would love to play in both the showcase at the end of the month and also the LCQ. I've been playing Blue-Black Tempo, to be honest, and D&T feels unwinnable, but I'm 2-0 probably because the opponent didn't punch me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. The Blue-Black Tempo matchup is very, very good for D&T. I say as I lost last week. But, like, you could still easily 2-0 D&T players. You need your LCQs. Unfortunately, work will only play either showcase. RIP. I will likely only play one unless we, like, go crazy and somehow accumulate 80 QPs. I probably will end up playing, like, a challenge or something. Like the Friday night challenge or something like that. I have this coming Friday off. So maybe we'll try to grind some 430 QPs right now. Log off, Eureka, my god. Please go outside and touch some grass. Bro, how much Magic do you play? 430 QPs? My brother in Christ. Oh, damn it, Wonder Pro got in right under the fucking buzzer beater submission. God damn it. What did I say? Hang on, let me go find the pointed chat this morning when I said, I'm a lock to play against Eureka. I hope he was lying to me when he said that he has a good D&T matchup, huh? Now I'm gonna keep this fucking hand. This hand that can't turn one this Thoughtseize. Eureka, you have 430 QBs, my brother. I need this win. Maybe he is playing tempo and we have a chance. There's still hope, chat. This game isn't close. You are so dead. Are you just gonna like fucking belcher me or something? You're playing the fucking, what is it? What was the last? You killed me with the stupid 5 mana. What card? I've already forgotten. Creative Technique. You know creative technique me, Eureka? What on earth is this? Oh god. Am I just gonna get like actual Necrodominanced? It's so fucking over. God damn it, man. This is so fucked up, Eureka. Okay. The gentleman's concession. He just wanted to send a message. I can kill you, but I won't. What are you playing? Are you just playing like actual Turbo Necro, or are you playing the whatever the fair Necro deck? If it's the fair Necro deck, I do kind of like. Okay, no, he's done. He wants to go do other things in his life. That's valid. Hang on. I have too much dignity to screenshot this and post it. Screenshot this one over Eureka. Whatever Samantha Parker playing. Okay, yeah, the fair, whatever, Cellar Spawn deck. I think that matchup was probably heinous for D&T, just like looking at deck lists. But I have not played against it. Fortunately, probably. And Orzhov Bleakstream. You get out of here, faulted form. We bullied Fire Shoes into calling it D&T again, and it worked. Alright, let's play a league match, huh? We probably have time for a league match, given that Eureka kindly gave us the W on that one. You kind of just need them to hit their fail rate, definitely. It's especially bad without, like, Spirit Labyrinth in the deck, like, as a proactive answer. If you had, like, Mom Spirit still, then, like, maybe you have a shot versus the hands that don't go turn 1 Necroboat or Necrodominance, but it seems pretty heinous. Other than that. And, like, we just don't have any of those cards in the deck right now, so it's just, like, actively unwinnable, you know? The deck probably does suffer from a little bit of a fail rate problem, though, right? Like, when you fill your deck with a bunch of very high variance Soul Spikes and Ancient Cellar Spawns and whatever free spells. So you can just kind of hope for the best in terms of, I think this hand sucks. I think this hand also sucks, but I think we keep this on 6 with the Vial. I think we just bottom Thoughtseize. If we draw a black source, though, I kind of just would rather cast Thoughtseize than Bale Overlord a lot of the time. We could just bottom Wisp. Wisp is good with Balemark, but we don't necessarily need it. We just bottom Overlord. Keep all of these. We have white card to pitch. This is actually tough. Bottom Wisp. Not confident in that decision because now we are keeping 2 cards. I mean, like our entire hand is relying on us finding a land, so it's not like that crazy to keep 2 black cards. This Vial eventually gets to 5, right? 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 against here? What's happening? Is it just like sneak and show again? The perfect top deck. These fucking surveillance have really been hating me these past couple of weeks, man. I don't know what it is. These guys have not been showing up for me. I'm more likely to put in Bowmaster than Stoneforge here, I think. Yeah. I mean, they might have, you know, removal spell, whatever. I'm just always going to go for this. They might just be show and tell or whatever, and they're killing me next turn. That also seems fairly likely. What if you wasted the fetch there? I don't think that's going to help me very much. Oh, before activating the vial to play around, like if they're like a control deck, I don't really, or like Delver or something, and like this is their first 2 turns, I don't care that much about extracting this like the real get 'em value out of the Bowmaster. Next turn, with a 3rd land at the top of my deck, I would really like to double spell here, or potentially like Wasteland. It looks like there's probably Sneak then. Could potentially Wasteland like a dual land that they wanted to fetch. I guess we put an Overlord off of a presumed show and tell, and then we can like Solitude with the Overlord trigger on the stack if they put in a giant thing. That was just like sneak attack plus creature. It's not super good for me. I could not Solitude this, but I think I want to Solitude this. They're down to 2 cards in hand. We could potentially Thoughtseize the, like an Emrakul or whatever second creature they get afterwards. We could also take 7, let them gain 7, but like we have 5 here, putting some reasonable pressure on them. We're gonna untap Thoughtseize, Overlord, plus Thoughtseize them. I think I do want to Solitude this. Solitude only actually gains me 7. It basically gains me 7 life. So maybe it's like stupid too. They're gonna gain 7 life either way, and then their Atrax is gonna die. And my life total doesn't matter a ton. I'd rather Solitude and Emrakul down the road. All right, maybe we actually just let this live. Oh, they did hit the other 2 petals, actually. I was thinking it was, like, fairly unlikely for them to hit something that would let them, like, put in an Emrakul this turn. But they actually did. They just didn't hit the Emrakul part. Sneak attack, Lotus Petal, City Trader, stock up Forceful. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sure. I think we leave the Vial on 2 here. We can't Vial into Stoneforge on upkeep because we want to draw the 3rd land to Thoughtseize them and cast Overlord. But I guess no, because we also would want to cast Overlord digging for a 3-drop specifically. We have a lot of good 3s that we want to try to hit. There's a chance we just have the Stoneforge as a Solitude pitch card anyway. So I think we just pick this up. Force pitch Daze to protect the stock up. Makes sense. The problem is that we can't even... I guess if we answer the first sneak attack, we could. Or we could not answer the first sneak attack, I guess. Probably just gonna die here then. Maybe this stock up just finds Emrakul, and we can beat that. Sure. Maybe it finds 7 lands. Yeah, maybe. Emrakul, Omniscience, stock up Brainstorm. I'm kind of. Fair enough. I would simply have Containment Priest. That would have been a good one. I mean, hitting Skyclave or Flicker Wisp would have been nice there. But that's like pretty small margins, I think. Because Recruiter doesn't do enough. Well, let's do exactly what we did last time, huh? My opponent has shown 61 cards. It's another one of those, like, fucking... I was gonna say trap hands, but, like, no pun intended. Does this hand do anything? It casts Overlord into Flicker Wisp on Overlord? It has... What happens if my opponent casts a Show and Tell? We get, like, 8 looks towards, like, the 2 Witch Enchanters in our deck here. We put on pretty minimal pressure. If my opponent has, like, a Forcible or anything, we're kind of fucked. We have a Mindbreak Trap to beat some Omniscience lines. I feel like I'm supposed to mulligan this hand looking for, like, Thoughtseize? But that's so unlikely. Thoughtseize plus Disruptor Flute plus Containment Priest are our best cards. And Overlord doesn't find any of those besides the one Containment Priest. And it's obviously a very expensive, like, three turn mana commitment to go Overlord into Flicker Wisp. And if they just, like, force the Flicker Wisp, then we've cast Impulse. Almost good. If this was a scrub land, I'd probably keep this on 6, honestly, and just kind of pray to hit a second land with, like, Fellia Overlord as our plan. But with Karakas and no castable spells, we'll probably just go to 5 and die, huh? Alright, well, hopefully they just show and tell an Omniscience on turn 1 or something. Keep 2 lands, Skyclave, Stoneforge, Witch Enchanter. We could keep 3 land bottom Skyclave, but I don't really love that. That seems kind of not really what I'm after in this matchup. Digging for, like, Thoughtseizes or Disruptor Flutes. I think I'd rather cast Stoneforge than Aether Vial here. Just Stoneforge for Cauldra. If it resolves. They'll just go Ancient Tomb, Show and Tell, and Omniscience, and we'll have Witch Enchanter, and then everything will be fine. And kill my Stoneforge? That's so fucked up, man. This card's pretty good, huh? Cast 2/2, add Yorion to hand. Probably cast 2/2. Given that we have a backup Skyclave. I mean, probably dead. They're probably gonna like sneak attack kill me. Shocked. Not dead yet. And there's an Emrakul. And a Force of Will. And we could draw Thoughtseize. And then Thoughtseize play Witch Enchanter as land and then eat this. And then they also have second sneak attack. Oh, and they just have Petal in hand naturally. Sure, alright. That's fine. One, split matches against Sneak and Show are Mold of 5. It is definitely a matchup that I've been like looking longingly at my Pyroblasts again. Maybe it's time to brush off the old red-white against all the blue painter and Sneak and Show coming back. Going back to red-white does also kind of play nicely with the ignore oops plan, where we just like play Fairy Macabres for the Reanimator matchup, and then play some like anti-storm stuff, Deafening Silence, Mindbreak Trap Mixture, just like because like we're not missing out on black sideboard cards like the ability to cast Leyline or anything. Like this is a mono white sideboard. Maybe it is time to think about brushing off the old Bombardiers and Johnnies. How much time do we have in this prelim? Infinite? Cool. Let's do a little bit of cooking, huh? If only I had any semblance of like naming my decks specifically. I'm pretty sure this is my old. I'd post Frog Exploding Kittens. This is probably it then. This is probably playing Thalia's. Yeah. Playing Thalia and GT, expecting Nadu to come back a little bit more. Oh man, remember when Split Up was the tech? That card was sick. It's even just like fucking full on playing Ley Lines. Mindbreak Trap, do you mind? Thank you. Let's do some editing and touch up this list. I think there's a chance I own exactly one Pyroblast. Nice. I was about to say there's a chance I don't own any Pyroblast and I just make this mistake every time, and that's why I play 4 Red Elemental Blasts online. Get this shit out of here. What am I supposed to play in its place? Just the second Formulaire again? This is like, I think the exact... No, I was playing Spirits instead, but like close to the exact 70 or 80 that I played in Eternal Weekend. I didn't want Wrath of the Skies, not that much. Now that we have a bunch of blasts as extra removal versus the tempo decks, you don't really care about a sweeper that much. Play like 1 Wrath of the Skies. You can play Fairy Macabre. I kind of want to play some Surgicals over the second copy of Fairy Macabre. Is that insane? Surgical's like exactly as bad as Fairy Macabre versus like Oops and stuff, right? I guess there's like Fairy's a tiny bit better versus like versus like the Memory's Journey, because you target the Dread Return and the Memory's Journey at the same time, like force them to cast it all in one go or something. I mean, I don't think that really matters. It matters if you have 2 Surgicals in hand, because 2 Fairy Macabres in hand can beat Oops, I think, but 2 Surgicals can't. Mardu Pilot without Stoneforge with a Johnny Bale Merc. It feels like you're doing a lot of slow fair things in that deck that's like casting Fable of the Mirror Breaker in your 3-color deck in Legacy just on turn 3 just really doesn't really sound like it, you know? Play the second Cage as well. Something like this. We don't have any Deafening Silences in here. We just have Pyroblast and Magus in that slot, huh? What is our Moon or our Sneak and Show sideboard plan? Something that looks like this, but it's like not that much more exciting than having Thoughtseize in your deck, right? Getting sideboard Pyroblast versus getting main deck Thoughtseize. I mean, I guess we turn the corner faster, right? The red cards matter more than Overlord of the Bale Merc does, or even Bowmaster's like not that exciting for Sneak and Show, given that they are a stock up deck now. Bowmaster is like it's okay. They're a Brainstorm Ponder deck. It's always going to be fine, but you'd rather kind of just dead them. Maybe it's like a 1 Magus format. How good are Blood Boons right now? I feel like not very, except against specifically Eldrazi, right? Are we still playing Thalia here? Can we play like White Orchid Phantom? Is that even good? White Orchid Phantom definitely falls off a little bit without Felias in your deck. This is like I'm tricking myself into doing the thing that like I said at the beginning of the stream that I shouldn't waste that much brain power thinking about a format that's gonna like be completely different in 7 days ideally. Just thinking about the proper building meta. Yeah, if Eldrazi gets so bad, I think White Orchid Phantom is like immediately kind of unplayable. White Orchid Phantom is like barely hanging in there just by virtue of all the other 2-drops also being very bad, and like White Orchid Phantom's just like a little bit better. Has some Felia synergies, is like barely limps across the finish line. But like Thalia has a lot of room for, honestly, like Thalia or Spirit both have room for kind of coming back in their own ways. Spirit always falls off a little bit when card draw stops drawing cards. Cards like Nadu and Stock Up. Thalia is kind of interesting as like it is a stopgap versus stuff like Oops. Doesn't really matter because especially without ley lines, the Thalia is not the greatest 2-drop. But like both Thalia and White Orchid Phantom are similarly like okay casts once you get to that turn versus Oops. The issue with like playing a card like Samwise, well, step one is that Samwise is never really locked in as like a real D&T card. It's just like not really good enough. But the other thing is like this deck has to put stopgaps in front of its opponents. You can't just be like this grindy mid-range deck in a format like Legacy, where like you have to like be putting up these roadblocks. That's why Thoughtseize is so good in the black splash. because you are trying to inhibit your opponent from executing their game plan. Because if like the faster decks game plans are always just going to absolutely kill you. So having these things to put in front of like Spirit or Thalia or Thoughtseeds or like White Orchid Phantom to slow them down is really, really important for a deck like TNT. Because like we are one of the grindiest decks in the entire format. I don't think we necessarily want to make decisions based on just like making the deck more grindy, right? That's why you want to play like an actual hate bear. It's unfortunate that all of the hate bears in the format are kind of awful right now. Shit. Fat fingered that one. We don't really want the third Magus. Something like this then? Maybe even 2 Deafening Sounds, 1 Mind Break Trap. Then we're just like really saying, please no oops. But I do like to always diversify sideboards in terms of a mixture of permanent and hand-based hate in a variety of matchups. So as we go up on cards like Pyroblast, I like permanents that sit in play, especially like versus Reanimator. If you have like Red Elemental Blast to protect your permanent from Brace of Armor and stuff is nice. So like cutting the ley lines is maybe counterintuitive when we're adding Pyroblasts into the mix. Maybe just something like this looks okay. I don't really know what's supposed to go in this Thalia slot. Maybe like White Orchid Phantom falls off without Thalia, and it falls off with Magus of the Moon in your own deck. But D&T isn't a deck that really has the luxury of like slamming their turn 1 Magus of the Moon and making it so like your opponent can't fetch any lands. Against the Red Splash, people will have access to their basic lands over the course of a game pretty readily. Magus of the Moon is mostly good against the decks that are much greedier and like have multiple colors they want, or have no basic lands at all, stuff like that. So like there's a chance White Orchid Phantom still kind of works in this deck as a mediocre white card that kind of has a hate adjacent effect and is 2 mana. Harsh Mentor, I think the card Harsh Mentor is like very unplayable. I would probably rather register for External Broker than Harsh Mentor by far. The reality of Harsh Mentor is that it's only good against Nadu, and against your Nadu opponent, they're probably going to draw 8 cards, cast Source of Plowshares on your Harsh Mentor, and then kill you. But the checklist of like what you want out of a 2-drop and why there is no good 2-drop right now is that you want a 2-drop that can put roadblocks in front of your opponent. Ideally is pitchable to Solitude, and ideally, especially for that Black Splash, like has Thalia synergies, and I guess 4 most importantly doesn't fucking suck. But there's like nothing that hits all of those. In fact, number 4 doesn't fucking suck, because that should actually be the first one. Because there's almost no 2-drop hate bearer in Legacy right now that isn't just kind of awful. And that's kind of the problem right now. And I think one of the big reasons why the Black Splash is good is because Thoughtseize is your hate bearer right now. Thoughtseize is the card that lets you live to try to get to your endgame states. Red Splash does not really have access to that card. Or to that sort of effect at all. Lost to Reanimator? Rip. We'll try to avenge you. Who'd you lose to? Unagi. Butcher the mana for Thoughtseize. You can't play a 3-color D&T. Like, you can't play Mardu D&T, like, full-on casting all 3 colors of spells. You can't cast Red Elemental Blast and Thoughtseize both in the same D&T deck, realistically. You can, like, cast Thoughtseize and, like, some of the red 3-drops, but, or, you know, Pyroblast and, like, black expensive spells, but you really don't want to. Yeah, I do think the big draw to the Black Splash is just the abject power level of Overlord Felia. It's just like nuts, and does kind of provide a little bit of that pressure, not in the same way that Johnny Bombardiers does, but just it's really really good when you get to like line up the thing. And then also I think Thoughtseize is probably the most important thing though. Bowmasters is like fine. I think Bowmasters is honestly like pretty replaceable. But it's like it has text. It's relevant in a lot of matchups. Kind of fills that slot. It's not a white card, so it doesn't pitch a Solitude, but it's like probably the best 2-drop hate bear in terms of it has a lot of versatility, a lot of like value in matchups where it's bad. It's still pretty reasonable. It has Felia synergy, stuff like that. It's why it starts showing up in stuff like this. It's easy to make a case for like Bowmaster in your Black Splash, Aether Vial, Flicker, Creature, Hateberry deck. Maybe you want to play third Skyclave over second Formal Wire too. Tough to say. It doesn't feel as much of a Formal War meta, but Formal War is nuts when you play against like Blueback Tempo or Moon Stomping and stuff. The card is just really, really fucked up. But it also can be pretty bad against, Eldrazi or a lot of the unfair matchups, stuff like that. Is round one still over? Yeah, round one's taking forever. I don't know what's going on. People are still in game 2. I guess maybe this guy isn't a news player. I forget. I think we played against them a few weeks ago. And everyone commented that their name was like a right-wing, like, Canadian politician or something. I forget. Adam beat Wonder Pro. Wow, Adam, where's Adam? Is Adam still in chat? Thank you for getting us out of the Wonder Pro bracket. Unfortunately, we are also in the Adam Wasmo bracket, which is not as bad for me specifically, but it's still probably not the best place to be. I'm not even gonna go for it, but yeah, Pierre, whatever, right wing Canadian Paul. I think at least I might be misremembering. I don't know. People in chat, I'm sure someone in chat's much more well versed in foreign right wing politics. I just remember someone saying that their name sucks because they're like a horrible human being. Give it your best French Canadian accent, bro. I can't even do like a French accent. What's the difference between French Canadian and French in terms of like sound? I want to say like Polivet. And just pronounce like half of the letters in it. Much more poutine. Let's look him up. Pierre Polivet. Oh yeah, member of the House of Commons in Canada. All right. Well, the first autofill on Google is Pierre Polove Trump, so that's probably not the best sign. Alright, Who is Canada's conservative leader? Yep, alright, yeah, this guy doesn't seem very good, huh? He was mimicking Trump and then Trump happened? Oh, God. Oh, there's some crazy shit about this guy. In 2022, his team managed YouTube channel posted hundreds of videos with a hidden tag labeled MGTOW, referencing the misogynistic online community, men going their own way, anti-feminist, misogynistic, mostly online community that espouses male separatism. Unaware of the tags and the team immediately. That's crazy. Hundreds? Genuine piece of human garbage. Yeah, this guy seems fucking awful. Has described himself as a true conservative. Woof. Condemning the actions of Hamas. I feel like I'm getting gaslit. Suddenly, like, supporting abortion rights and supporting same-sex marriage. MGTOW Magic Gathering the Unwind. I definitely read it as MTG OW first. Am I getting gaslit by this Wikipedia article? I'm seeing all this stuff that after all the insane shit that it's like, oh yeah, he supports gay marriage and immigration and what is happening? Oh, here we go. Yeah, there it is. There it is. There it is. There's the transphobia. He agreed with Donald Trump's executive order that the United States government will only recognize two genders. Got it. He's decried woke culture. I see. Okay. There it is. Just picking and choosing some of the wrong sentences in that article. All right. The woke liberal mind virus is rampant. This is a pro woke liberal mind virus stream. If you're watching, and you don't support trans rights, Palestine, some other third thing that's also woke, DEI. Man, speaking of, oh god, what, did y'all see the fucking the Assassin's Creed Twitter roasting Elon Musk and Grums just on fucking Twitter today? It was the funniest shit. Oh my god, it was amazing. Like the literal verified Assassin's Creed brand account. I deleted socials, please show. Hang on, yeah, hang on. I gotta pull it up. It's so fucking good, man. It was so funny. So Grums, for those of you that don't know, is like a total like right wing chud, like pro, like, you know, misogynistic gamer bullshit, and obviously hates the new Assassin's Creed game because you play as like a black man and an Asian woman or something. I don't know. I haven't paid a lot of attention to it, but this shit was so fucking funny. So like trying to throw shade at Hassan, and then Elon Musk joining in on the thread, and then like the literal fucking Assassin's Creed gold checkmark brand account coming to roast Elon Musk for paying someone to level his PoE2 account. And followed by Grum's posting some dumbass article about, oh, Assassin's Creed Shadows isn't a hit. And then they follow up by roasting Grum's about his fucking, like, game that he never made and, like, scammed a bunch of people out of their money. God, it's so good. Twitter is largely a fucking garbage cesspool, but sometimes it really hits, man. The ratios are just astounding on this. You really do love to see it. I haven't played an Assassin's Creed game since like Black Flag, which was like 12 years ago or something. That thread genuinely made me think about like buying the new Assassin's Creed game and playing it. I'm too busy with other games right now, but I was thinking about it. Between Monster Hunter and I actually just picked up this puzzle game that I had never heard of called Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. Man, that game is really fun. I want my job to be roasting Musk on Twitter. Whoever's fucking running the Assassin's Creed social, that man needs that person needs a promotion. Give them a raise. How many people went and bought Assassin's Creed Shadow, whatever the fuck it's called, after seeing that thread? Give that person a raise is so good. Got tempted by the cat petting mechanics. That is pretty tempting. I don't know shit about it. I don't know shit about what's going on in Assassin's Creed. Elon shows up as chat. Don't worry. Don't label me as the domestic threat or whatever. Chat's probably innocent enough. Where was someone posted a timeline of like all the Assassin's Creed games? Alright, I think it looks like I can find it on Wikipedia. Yeah, that was why I stopped playing them, is because they all kind of felt the same. But, I mean, I have to imagine it's evolved sometime in, like, 13 years, right? Yeah, here we go. So I stopped here because all the games were starting to really feel like I was playing the exact same fucking game. But, like, they've come out with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games since then. Feel like they've got to mixed up a little. It probably feels fresh, at least to me, who hasn't played a game for literally 12 years, right? I think it's been getting pretty good reviews when people are actually reviewing the game and not, you know, the woke DEI mind virus, how dare you make me play as a black character sort of thing. Yeah, I heard Odyssey was really fun, yeah. How about you instead explain the Kingdom Hearts timeline? I did watch like a 35-minute video trying to explain the Kingdom Hearts timeline before I played Kingdom Hearts 3, and then I still didn't understand anything. Clipping that out of context. He says blackmail. Yes, please do. I'm sure it's yeah, exactly. It's gonna be an open world Ubisoft game, so it's gonna be like if you're not you know what you're signing up for when if you purchase the game. I think you kind of know what's on the tin at this point. 14 games in. And maybe it maybe I am more of a sucker for like open world stuff than maybe the average video game player. So maybe it doesn't feel samey to me anymore after 12 years of not playing. You miss AC2? Yeah, I think 2 was maybe my favorite. 4 was really I'll admit the pirate ships was fun. And then the games that no one ever played. Does anyone ever buy these ever? Don't think you have the free time for long open world games anymore. That's very true. Fuck. I was playing, God, what was that game? The really popular JRPG that came out recently? Metaphor ReFantasio? Holy fuck, did I not have the time? I'm not built for 80-hour-long JRPGs anymore. I think I've mostly passed that point in my life. Oh my god, I was begging for the fucking finish line by the end of that game. It was a good game, but like, holy... 80-hour JRPGs are not where it's at. BG3 took me a year to play. I think the only reason that I finished BG3 as soon as I did is because my wife went on, like, I think it was a trip to Turkey? I forget. It might have been, like, she was going to like, visit one of her friends. But she was out for, like, that whole weekend. So I just, like, played a shit ton of BG3. Oh, this hand fucking sucks. Wow, this hand also kind of fucking sucks. I think I'll keep this, though. The Overlord's probably a pretty decent formal war enabler, even if they are on Nadu, and this White Ogre Phantom's pretty bad. Fucking Shadowy Backstreet, man! It was good in this hand! Come on! Shadowy Backstreets are fucking killing me. I think I keep this on top because I just want to, like, Thoughtseize Vial next turn. Rip this Aether Vial, huh? Well, hopefully we just take, like, the one piece of relevant action, and then we're good to go. Nice! That's what we want to see. Buying back my 4th Scrubland for Trooper Nuts' Surveillance suck. I've been really getting hit with the short end of the variance stick in terms of these Surveil lands lately. It's not enough to make me shave one, because they are really good, but... Oh, actually, this White Ogre Phantom is a stone right now, I think. They have the plains in hand. Let's play Overlord, and then probably play Aether Vial again. Oh, nope. JK. Don't click on that one. Really want to mill 2 creatures here. Yeah, I guess I'll just cast this, huh? They'll probably minus the Teferi on my Aether Vial. And then maybe I even just exile the Noble Hierarch or something, but... Well, 4 lands... Yeah, this is fine. I think Teferi is my pet hate card. It makes... Yeah, that's honestly valid. Teferi is, like, pretty just kind of awful. I absolutely respect. Yeah, it's perfectly fine power level wise. Just like, you know, No one's having fun here. I absolutely respect that stance. Very like TNN in 2014. She's like, this card's never getting banned on power level, but boy do I just fucking hate playing against it. Ponder, no shuffle. Sylvan Safekeeper. Alright. These cards are not that good for me, huh? Got a minus on the vial, especially because you know I have Skyclave in hand. Especially because you know I have second Skyclave in hand. I guess I just Skyclave the Teferi and start chunking away stuff. We know 3 cards in their hand at least. Gimme. I think I just fetched Scrubland here. There's a world where I want double black if I like top deck an Overlord at some point. This deck doesn't really punish me for non-basics. We have plenty of non-basics in play already. The Sylvan Safekeeper is certainly very terrifying. Yeah, like if they cast Greens and Zenith for Nadu. Pretty bad for me, I'll say. It's so bad, in fact, that I don't know if we're going to win this game. Because now every time I target the Safekeeper to try to get it off the board, they're just going to get a trigger out of it and then also protect it. And then we're just going to die to Nadu draws. I don't think we're winning this one, chat. And now if I blow up the Hedge Maze, they can just use it to get a free draw. I think we're gonna fucking die. Trying to think about the sequencing here. If I like Skyclave the Sylvan Safekeeper, do they sack the Hedge Maze? But if I White Orchid Phantom, the Hedge Maze are going to probably target the Safekeeper. Maybe they target the Nadu. It doesn't really matter. Fetch Surveil Land, sack Surveil Land. Watching this matchup makes me want to quit Magic. I think this like matchup is fine. Did not work out this game, but we had like a pretty medium mold to 6. The game, I say this a lot because there are a lot of games that just kind of suck to play. Maybe not a lot, but there are some games that just kind of suck, and that's kind of just like all of Legacy right now. Is that some games do just objectively suck, but I don't think the average game sucks that much. I do think that the Nanu matchup is largely both manageable, like a fine matchup in general, and like more maybe not interesting because the card Nadu is just kind of a miserable Magic card. You know, that's kind of the problem with Legacy in general right now. But I think that one game of Nadu doesn't like make me want to stop playing Magic, but maybe that just makes me the weird one. It's just like, okay, sometimes that, like, the games that you lose against Nadu look like that, and it just kind of sucks. But you also win a lot of games against Nadu that don't look like that, where your opponent doesn't play specifically the Sylvan Safekeeper. And we just have a bunch of removal spells in hand, and I kill everything my opponent ever puts in play for the rest of the game. I want 2 equipment in this matchup. 2 equipment feels low. But think I want all these other cards in my deck. I just meant creatures on both sides going past turn 3. Fair enough. We all play Legacy for different reasons. I'm gonna keep this and complain about it when my opponent destroys or exiles or counters my Aether Vial. Played my first Nadu matchup while on Moon last week. I felt pretty helpless. Any tips besides Blue Blast and Disruptor Flute? Red Blast, I mean, yeah. I've heard that the matchup is largely fine for Moon Stompy. It depends on what you mean by Nadu, because there are like 3 flavors of Nadu that all play a little bit differently, but a lot of them are kind of weak to Blood Moon. If you can jam it out early. Specifically, Moon Stompy has this is a talking point I harp on a lot. Is that Moon Stompy has a pretty glaring weakness to presenting to having instant speed not being able to access instant speed interaction at all. So like a lot of seasoned Nadu players will kind of hold the cards in their hand and then just go like one turn Nadu nomads kill you rather than just kind of piecemealing the cards out. So if you want to try to shore up that and play a card like Pyrokinesis or more Blast, or like the cards you mentioned are really, very good in that regard because they have flash or instant speed, stuff like that. But you just basically want to nuke everything off the table all the time and hold up whatever instance you can to try to interact with the combo. What am I doing, by the way? Casting Stoneforge Mystic? Getting Cauldra into... Maybe we're casting Felia here. And maybe Wastelanding. We can hold up this, and I would Wasteland them if they fetch a Surveil. Plans to beg for mercy from the Darker player. We literally did that earlier today, yes. And it worked. We're 1-0 now. Alright, yeah, my opponent just wants to fetch Basic Island. That's fine. Wow, no fear. Maybe they have, like, Force of Will, or maybe they just don't care about Bowmasters that much. I have a feeling this Felia is not going to live. Huh? That's fine by me. We need to, like, hold up Priest and Violin the Stoneforge as well. Go, doggo. Goodbye, doggo. This is fine. We untap. Do this. Classic inability to cast Skyclave. I'm gonna play out, and it doesn't matter. We just say go. We probably don't flash in the Priest, but we don't need Yorion yet anyway. I mean, we'll obviously flash in the Priest if my opponent casts the Green Zenith. That's about it. Opponent just... I mean, I guess only one card has changed from this turn. Last turn to this turn, but like... No fear, just fucking ripping them. Where are my Bowmasters? Pithing Needle? Wow, that's fucked up. I guess we have Skyclave. So we want them to name Stoneforge Mystic, because then we can take the vow to 3 and Skyclave at the Needle. So we put this in Name Cauldra. Or Name Cauldra. Grab Cauldra. It is tempting, because our hand is so light on removal, to just get the removal spell. It's also pretty awkward that we can't hold up Containment Priest plus activate Stoneforge Mystic if we don't draw a white source, and we kind of don't want to draw land, so... Maybe just name Wasteland, who knows? Name Stoneforge Mystic, sure. When's your birthday so I can get you not Hideous Wastelands online? My birthday was 3 days ago. They simply won't have it this turn. We could play it cautiously and wait. They have 5 cards in hand. They've been playing a really slow, meticulous game. Use those same Wastelands online. Have you ever played a Wasteland deck, Wonder Pro? What deck are you registering Wasteland in? A Doomsday? Yeah, I guess I should have seen that answer coming. I really should have anticipated that being your answer. Let's fucking send it, man. There's the Green Sun opening. Pretty inconvenient for me, but at least it's not just full combo. The sweat. I think we just pick up Yorion here. It sucks if they have another Green Sun specifically, but we really want Yorion in hand. And if we have to cast Containment Priest and turn off our Yorion, that also kind of sucks. If they have the Green Sun line again, then we can just put in Yorion and then Skyclave and kill the whatever, the Nadu. So I think we just pick this up. My vial. Not my vial? Am I supposed to be worried about consign? God, that's so annoying. This reeks of consign to memory, the fact that they didn't just pop my Aether Vial immediately. just attack? Attack, just flicker Stoneforge and Cauldra? Get them consigned. Be sad about it, but call it a day. If they block, maybe we don't flicker Stoneforge, we just flicker Cauldra. Plus Skyclave. We could just wait and not flicker any of them. It does flip the Outland Liberator. And then they attack, and then they target my Vial. And then that's fine. We just Vial in the Yorion then, and then get consigned, but it costs them more, holding up more mana. So I think this is maybe not fine, but okay. So we're definitely flickering this, because if it dies, it's gone forever, and that's fine. I think I keep the Skyclave. I think I just flicker these two. If they don't have Consign, I still feel very far ahead, and if they do have Consign... Oh, I guess I flicker the Vial, because it's going to get blown up anyway. Yeah, I guess I do just block this, huh? I didn't even think about that step in the plan. There's the Consign. That's what we expected. We can now cast the Containment Priest. And then we beg our opponent not to kill us. Not killing me. That's pretty nice. That's less nice. Did you cast Ponder before the last target? No? Well, they found Infinity Nadus. Another draw too, sure. Their hand is Nadu, Nadu, Ponder. They're at 5 life. And Nadu, Nadu, Ponder, unknown. Is this Overlord better than the average draw for me? It's got... I assume it's better than the average draw for me. If we can... We'd have to kill both Nomads, though. So the ideal draw is oh no, they're gonna like draw another 6 cards. We're gonna fucking die. What am I talking about? They get to do this again on my turn. I don't know why I'm thinking so hard. We're gonna fucking die. I forgot about that step of the plan. lose my Wrath Disguise. Would have been nice, huh? I mean, Bowmaster does force a block with the Nadu, but unfortunately Nadu's the card that they hit a million of. I guess they also have double Nomad, so is what it is. I can double block the Katama Priest. Block here. I mean, I'm just dying anyway. I can kill one of these Nomads, right? If I wanted. I have to wait till the Nadu dies. But that doesn't. That unfortunately also doesn't help me because they have the second Nomad. I assume killing one of these is going to matter more for me than putting them to 2 life. Rude. Oh, I guess. Oh, yeah, I can't target anything. I have to target my own. And now we die to them drawing, 5 billion cards. Do we have an out there? I don't think we did. I mean, actually, like, milling the Overlord and trying to draw Wrath and hoping they never hit Force of Will was probably our out. Wrath or Flute. Were we last match? No, we're not. We are very dead. Ooh, Harane's last match. I can steal his content. We can steal Everon's content. Is he playing? Bro, every time he says he's gonna play a deck, he fucking plays. He tells me he's gonna play his fucking Stifle Gnaw deck, and he's on Blue Painter. The man never plays whatever deck he says he's gonna play. Also, the Blue Painter Mirror is really funny. This deck is really popping off in popularity. For our third match of the night here. we died. What the fuck? What the fuck happened? Going into round 3, I suppose. Hey, Joint Exploration. Thanks for the raid. Much appreciated. Welcome, welcome. For those of you that don't know me, I am XJ Cloud. I am a Legacy streamer by trade. We're playing the Legacy Prelim tonight. Playing some Black, White, Death, and Taxes. Shout out again to Joint Exploration. We are just about to start round 3 here. This is not our deck. This is our deck. Thinking about in that game 2, I should not have flickered Stoneforge Mystic. We missed. I think it wouldn't have mattered. I think we would have been like a point of damage short, but like I think they like very clearly had Consign, and they get to counter the Cauldra and keeping our 1-2 and did it mattering. I was kind of not valuing the 1-2 because I assumed that the 3-3 was staying in play. For some reason, I just like totally blanked on, you know, blocking it out when it attacked. But I think we came up, we were like very close to killing them on damage and just came up a couple points short. And having that extra 1-2 definitely would have helped. Had a lot of stinkers today. Sand's closer. Caracas makes the Philly a little bit better. We have Surveil Land. I think I'm gonna keep. I'm not super excited about it. Oh boy, I've dodged Eldrazi for long enough, huh? Maybe we'll surveil Overlord of the Bailmark to the top. Exile land, huh? They look at so many cards. What is this? Look at my top 4, take 1. Look at my top 5, take 1. Absolutely don't fucking want that. Get that shit out of here. Alright, I can work with this. Alright, so opponent has 6 cards in hand. Trying to think. My thought is that I just need to play the Stoneforge Mystic to get Cauldra. And that this Felia is most likely just going to be a Solitude pitch card. More than, like, get the value, play the Felia, untap, play the Stoneforge, attack with the Felia, flicker the Stoneforge and stuff. I don't see the vision in that one. If they had the ability to, like, cast a Kozilek's Commander for 2 here, there's some amount of value for holding up a spell rather than playing into their 4-mana turn or something. I'll definitely think about it more, but I think this is pretty fair lock for just slamming our 2-drop. Do you have 6 mana? Are we kicking a Mega Spawn turn 2? No. We thought not Searing. K commanding, killing my Stoneforge Mystic? Sure. I'm feeling all my lands are going bye-bye next turn, huh? They're just gonna Wasteland and exile here, which means we're just gonna cast Felia, fetch Surveillant, try to hit like a 2-drop. Specifically Overlord would be really good. So we just do this. Could also find White Orchid Phantom would be pretty nice. It's a lot of mana. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, they can't. I don't think. I hate Eldrazi, man. I don't think they can Mycospawn me and like Devourer of Destiny me, but it'd be pretty bad if they could. But they're probably just gonna get Wasteland. Go, doggo. Definitely don't want that. Overlord. Second Felia. Cool, 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 cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They can always devour my Felia. Does that mean I want... I mean, I guess we could just play Crocus, right? Solitude, the Mycospawn attack, kill the Eldrazi spawn. Hold the second Solitude. Blow up all my lands, nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 still. Picking up my Felia does kind of delay the nibble, but they have 3 other cards in hand. I guess I am supposed to pick it up, huh? Gives me a white card for Solitude, too. Alright, maybe we pack it in, huh? Draw Bowmaster. That'd be nice if I had lands. That would be pretty castable. God, this sideboard does not... I mean, I respect Yoshiwata's plan of, like, never play against Eldrazi. We got nothing here, huh? Whoa. Oof. These cards, I mean, I guess our main deck cards are, like, fine. Maybe you board in the Containment Priest, just like pair with Felia. Probably better than Sash. Just do that. Right, yeah, Wrath of the Skies clears up Eldrazi's spawn, but like, ugh, yeah, I see Yoshiwata's vision when he built this deck, and I mean, it is similar to my visions in my Black-White list. I think I have some like Path to Exiles, but the plan is really like White Orc and Phantom them a bunch, or like get your Felia Overlord thing going, or like just pick them up, man. All right. I think I'm supposed to Thoughtseize turn one. Vile is really nice to get developing versus Eldrazi. Because your lands are constantly getting blown the fuck up. Notably, we can fetch like all basics here, so there's a chance that, you know, not all of our lands get blown to fucking smithereens. So maybe we just fetch out basics and try to Thoughtseize, play that game. This is just mad disrespectful, right? Like, this is just not a keepable hand against D&T, but, like, it doesn't matter because the matchup is so good. This just seems crazy to me that this is a keepable hand. I guess you just, like, turn 2, just, like, Cake Man for 4 or something? Cake Man for 3, maybe keep a pedal? That's just insane to me that that's just like, yeah, this is good. This'll get him. And then they're gonna, like, you know, cast a One Ring here instantly and just kill me, and I'm gonna be real upset about it. Okay, not the One Ring. Oh shit. Chat, there's a chance. I mean, at least it wasn't the One Ring last turn. I'm going to play the Vial here. I don't think holding up the Plow has a ton of value. Odds are I'm going to be able to play out the, like, I have a 4-mana turn and I cast Recruiter plus Plow or something anyway. I do really want this Vial ticking up. I am very glad I thought Thoughtseize on turn 1 given how their hand was, but... this Vial may very well need to start ticking up a little bit, huh? Containment Priest is nice, but Solitude's also nice. We just get the Solitude Machine Gun online. They might find a Dismember for my Overlord, which would be a little tragic, but we just want to put a bunch of pressure on them, which is, you know, we have 8 power in play. This is pretty good pressure. Getting one of my permanents exiled. Am I getting one of them? Oh, just if this is just Micro Spawn, we're pretty happy with that. I mean, as happy as I can be versus the Micro Spawn, which is not very, but could be a lot worse. Maybe I was supposed to grab Affiliate. It'd be nice to like have a 2-drop to cast here. Although that's only if I'm casting Plow, which I would be plowing the Mega Spawn. Well, that sucks. I think this is a Solitude pitch Solitude Recruiter Felia angle. Just gonna fetch all basics, I guess. So I don't get wastelanded. I don't really have black cards that matter a ton at this point. 4 cards in hand, 5 cards in hand, 8 cards in hand. Maybe just recruit Bowmasters to try to get across the finish line versus this One Ring. They're going to 8. No, they're going to get Solitude. So they're going to 11 to 9. Bowmasters probably just gets killed. I guess I could just tap the Marsh Flats and not fetch with it. I mean, that's as exposed to Wasteland as fetching Scrubland is, so. Ugh. Ban Yavimaya so I can tap my lands easily. I guess fetching the basic planes is bad if my opponent just has a thing that kills my Aether Vial. Has the stupid thing. White Orchid Phantom seems kind of a bygone plan. I wonder if you want to flicker the One Ring there. No, it doesn't actually deny that many cards. Because then they could just tap it in and step and then tap it again, and then they just draw 3 anyway. Take less damage in the process. If my Vial dies, it's either White Orchid Phantom or like, they're at 9 here. We have 5 in play. Flicker Wisp is almost lethal. Skyclave. I think it's Skyclave for the One Ring, but like they're gonna take so much damage. They're at 9. We have 5, then they take 3. Maybe it's just like Solitude to keep clearing the path. Tough call. GG's Einstein. Did I have a better plan against a the stupid 6/6? Is it 5/5 6/6? The guy that's gonna exile my Felia. This is just another Micah spawn. We're totally fine. Yeah. Feeling very smart and wise about fetching my basic planes. This could be K command pretty easily. I think I just step 1, go to combat, and see what happens. Yeah, I can just flicker the Micro Spawn and just try to kill them. If they want to cast a spell, they cast it before I attack with the Felia, and then we probably have to like plow Micro Spawn, hit with Recruiter, and Bowmaster them or something. Yeah, they just die now? Bowmaster ping to 3, ring down to 0? Alright, we got there. Game 2. It only took us having an extremely good hand being on the play and my opponent having a pretty bad hand. Notably, they did cast the 1 ring on turn 2 after, like, Thoughtseize their pretty bad hand. So, like, it went pretty well for them after the Thoughtseize, but, like, we still needed a lot of luck to really to get to the end there. It almost makes me want Disruptor Flute. The fact that we got the 1... Usually these decks have, like, 2 1 rings in the max, though. And Disruptor Flute is pretty horrible against every other card in their deck. It's gonna, name Sowing Micro Spawn, make it cost 3 more mana. Kind of terrible. I just can't keep this hand. This is like a regular hand that plays Magic against decks. This is not an Eldrazi hand. I think you just want to mulligan for like Vile Wasteland, Felia Overlord, Felia White Orchid Phantom, stuff like that. I don't think you can just keep a hand that plays a regular game of Magic. Alright, this hand has like the Vile Wasteland stuff, has removal spell, Bowmaster's kind of mid. They're going to 5 though, so I think we're just going to lean heavy on this Wasteland. I'm going to keep this. I think we're going to bottom the Solitude. Bowmaster's is okay against Spawn, good against the 1 ring. We're already down on cards, so we're going to be a little light on we want all of our mana because we're going to use this Wasteland too, so I think we're just going to bottom Solitude here. Good. Mole 2/4. Mole 2/4. Mole 2/4. Dang. Probably just always wastelanding this, I think. Sorry. Oh, fuck me. Oh, alright. Felia turns my 1s back online in a little bit, but I think I'm just always wastelanding here. Versus a Multi 5. Alright, more lands is good. Unwastelandable land is nice. Lets me cast Felia and turn off the Chalice. Cast a 2/2 here? Just cast the Battle Mage? It's fair, I guess. They have 2 cards in hand. Do I want to fetch a Surveil now? What am I looking for? It's a little awkward that I actually have to, like, kill my Felia. This is a good cast here. I have to kill my Felia to get rid of a Chalice of the Void. I mean, I guess I could flicker the Chalice and cast Plow on it. And then hold up Bowmasters on 3 mana. I guess that's fine. But I don't really want 1 basic. Because when you have a bunch of non-basics in play, like, Micro Spawn doesn't really care if you have 1 basic, because it just exiles the 1 basic down the road. if we're gonna get wastelanded, we're probably gonna get wastelanded a bunch anyway. We dig for like Overlord here, which would just be like the nut. That's not the nuts. That's not the nuts. Just attack. What could go wrong, opponent? Sure. What? This deck is crazy. I guess maybe they have like last card Dismember. Do I just like double Bowmaster the Wastegate Battle Mage in this position? This is my only chance to turn off the... I don't think they could beat a Bowmaster ambush. I mean, I wasn't gonna Bowmaster ambush. It was just like they could like block Ophelia. Now I have to think about if I want to kill Wastegate Battle Mage and make a bigger board, or get rid of the Chalice. They have one card in hand and only 3 mana. I kind of want to just kill the Wastegate Battle Mage here. Myco spawn Wasteland. Oh, kicked Battle Mage. Bounce the fell. Oh, Thought Knot. That's Thought Knot. Take the Plow. Guess we'll see what they take. Maybe they don't think about the Plow versus the Chalice and they take like Flicker Wisp or something. No, they thought about it. Could trade Felia plus second Bowmaster for this Thought Knot. Could draw third land for Flicker Wisp, and then do what? Flickering Thought Knot is fun. I mean, it's not bad, because it pushes a bunch of damage, and the cards in my hand don't really matter. We could just attack Flicker Thought Knot, draw a card, go from there, right? They get to take another card out of my hand. Maybe we even just Flicker Wisp our Witch Blessed Meadow, shoot the Talisman of Curiosity, have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 power in play, and hit them for 6. And then I think that's like not an unreasonable idea. With them on 0 cards, just shooting their 4th land, I think we're pretty safe in that situation. Wait, is it better to Flicker Wisp the Thought Knot and then attack Flicker the Flicker Wisp? No, because then I don't get the Witch Blessed Meadow in fast enough to blow up their Talisman of Curiosity. I guess I shouldn't have played my land. I think I'm still probably casting Flicker Wisp anyway, but... Take my Bowmaster. We have a bunch of shit in play. They have 3 mana. They're dead. We did it. We beat the Eldrazi Menace. We have reigned victorious on this day. We beat the Boogeyman. We didn't even cast a single White Orchid Phantom. We beat him the old-fashioned way. They mulled a 5. I think that game gets genuinely moderately more annoying if they don't attack with the Battle Mage that turn. I don't know what the... I guess what probably happens is I attack... I have 2 lands at that point because they wasteland me. I attack, I flicker the Chalice, and then I plow the 2/2, and I play my Aether Vial, and then I get Thought Knotted. Then we have, like, Bowmaster. I can, like, play Bowmaster, ping the Thought Knot, attack, flicker the Bowmaster, and then trade the Felia plus the Bowmaster pings for the Thought Knot, maybe? Do you have a ban/unban wish list for Monday? In my perfect world, we should do a Playpoint giveaway too, because the stream's gonna end. Hang on, let me boot that up. But I can also get on that right. In my perfect world, I just don't think it's a very solvable problem. I do think they just have to like ban like 5 fucking cards to make any headway. In my ideal world, they probably have to ban, like, something out of Blue Black Reanimator, and something out of Oops, and, like, Sowing Microspawn, and the One Ring, and, like, another card, and Nadu, to, like, make any sort of headway towards a feasible, like, a more enjoyable format than pre-MH3, pre-scam era. Switch Point giveaway. What's our buzzword for today? Let's just do Yoshiwata. Shout out to Yoshiwata, excellent D&T player whose list we have fully stolen for this prelim. Type Yoshiwata in the chat for your chance at 120 play points, courtesy of Daybreak Games. Where is my title? There it is. Type Yoshiwata. Yoshiwata. Someone remind me at some point during the game to end the giveaway, or I will completely forget. Ugh. But yeah, I think they just gotta ban like 5 MH3/Lord of the Rings cards to really do anything. I don't have strong opinions on, like, which ones, honestly. It's been whenever the meta gets really bad, I like to talk about how the dartboard plan, where we just put all the stupid cards up on a dartboard, and you just blindfold WotC R&D, whatever, BNR people, put on a blindfold, take out a box of darts, and just kind of let loose and ban whatever you hit. And you just have, like, 15 of the dumbest cards in there. Goblin Recruiter unbanned, please. Unfortunately, I think that is just never feasibly happening for, like, tournament logistic reasons. We don't want a second Doomsday in the format. Unfortunately, this hand is not very good. Unfortunately, this hand is also not very good, but on 6, I'll probably keep it. I think I'd rather have this and Surveil than go to 5, huh? Don't really know what we're playing against. Nadu again? Alright. Ban cards until Beanstalk is broken and then ban Beanstalk? Valid, yeah. I kind of want to wasteland this a little bit, but that seems excessive when my hand is just full of 3-drops that I'm already not casting. Alright, well, this doesn't look the greatest. So that's how they end up banning Narcomoeba, Ancient Tomb, Atraxa. That would probably make the format better. I'll tell you that much. A good friend once said ban cards till True to Nemesis is good, then ban True to Nemesis, and it just keeps getting funnier every year. Was that me? Because I've said that a lot. Well, this seems bad for me that they just ran this out. I feel like it's backed by Forcible and they're going to kill me next turn. Find Solitude, maybe? Where were you last turn? Where were you last turn? I mean, I could, like, Thoughtseize plus Crocus. I don't think that's winning games. I should have fetched. Very marginal, but... Oh. It actually resolved. Look at that. It's good for me. Crocus plus Thoughtseize. Big brain play. Crocus the Nadu and then Thoughtseize it. We kind of look for the festival to something changed that people are asking for oops bans. I think people, like, a combination of things happened where, like, the oops lists have... There wasn't a lot of innovation on oops as an archetype because it was really, really bad versus the scam decks, especially when Grief was legal. But the influx of MDFCs from MH3 on top of, like, the Poxwalkers, Memories Journey innovations to the lists have made them, like, really resilient to a lot of hate and kind of unbearable. I don't think oops is like that. It's not like not putting up the results that are like really making it busted, but it is kind of awful. It feels too good for a deck that does what it does. This feels like probably a Thoughtseize plus Flicker Wisp Skyclave eat Tameo turn. Step one, let's take a peek. Well, this hand's fucking terrifying. Take Nadu, I guess? Weird that they're on, like, Stoneforge, Delighted Halfling Nadu. Very different than the traditional banned Nadu lists. Yeah, I'm just gonna exile this Tameo and hope that they can't find a third Nadu, I guess. So I don't know if they have second Shuko in the deck, so it'd be tempting to like take Shuko, but like the Nadu's like already the choke point. They're down 2 Nadus. Do you think you'll cast a Yori on this game, or do you mean ask a stupid question? I think there's a pretty real chance I cast Yori on this game, assuming we don't die in the next 2 turns. Oh, we had Caracas. We don't need to do this. But it also is much more mana efficient to do this, so maybe it's still fine. Gives them a 3/3, but the game doesn't really feel like it's about that. Now what are we doing? Versus Prismatic Ending, Stoneforge, Swords of Plowshares. What are we recruiting for? It has to get a 2? Is it just Stoneforge Mystic? Did they just go beat down? Like Plow Skyclave, attack all? I'm at 15. I'd probably trade Flicker Wisp for Illusion Token if that's their play. I guess this is probably better, huh? Grab your Cauldron. They don't have a Cauldron. Oh, fuck! They have a 4/1 for their Nadu. Oh, no. It's so over. We don't have enough mana to Lion Sash the Nadu. Oh, also they can just do it at instant speed anytime they want. Well, that's bad for me, huh? I just have to recruit Solitude now? Do we win versus Eldrazi? We did win versus Eldrazi. Definitely wasn't thinking about formal wear when I took this Nadu with my Thoughtseize. Hard to adjust to different variations on the fly that you're not used to playing against. I mean, I think it's just I have to recruit Solitude. I have no other play that makes me win this game. Yeah. I mean, like, we could Caracas it, and then they replay it, and then we die, and they also draw a bunch of cards. Yeah. Nothing's good. Things are pretty bad. Answer's looking more and more like, no, we are not going to cast Yori on this game. Because we're going to lose. I mean, I guess I attack. There's so much life. We're going to get beat down. If I attack and then they just, like, plow and then send, maybe I don't attack. Oh, and they could draw a card off Shuko before. Because of the nature of Nadu coming back. They can equip Shuko once before I can cast Solitude. Fair enough. Hey, kitty. Get it out. Go away. Getting absolutely fucking daggered by Nadu tonight, huh? Like, you just have to slam, right? Your hand's like removal spell, removal spell. Oh, you're going to we're doing this stuff. You're gonna draw 4 cards instead. That seems pretty unbeatable too. Doing the Plagon stuff. I kind of forgot about this list. I've seen it around, but yeah, where's my Orcish Bowmaster now, huh? We would die to the Nadu, so. Kitty, you gotta get out of here, man. Get, come on. Thank you. I have to imagine they found a Force of Will here. Looks like we can't beat new cards. Nadu, Tameo, Plagon with old ones? I mean, I guess Plagon does qualify as a new card, huh? I definitely fumbled that Tameo turn. Maybe I should, like, I feel like I'm always I've never Crocusing the Tameo anyway, though, but it does kind of suck that we wasted what is essentially a removal spell on a card we could have answered with Caracas pretty reasonably. But it would have been really bad for our mana. How are we not just, like, completely dead? Like, my opponent's 6 cards, man. I'm gonna take 3 here. I feel like we're just totally dead. But my opponent's just kind of doing whatever. It doesn't Doesn't seem like I want to wasteland my opponent, huh? The old no attacks, no blocks gambit. Moving right along. Does Plagon make me do anything differently? Not particularly. I guess it's probably pretty unlikely that my opponent has Green Zenith in their deck. That like Stoneforge Mystic Plagon stuff instead, so this Katamir Priest loses a lot of value. I don't know their mana base very well, but I imagine it's probably still pretty like one of each basic focused. We just do this. Maybe the Katamir Priest is still better than the Phantom. It can turn off their pre-roll for more, but also probably more relevantly can pair with Felia as a removal spell, whereas White Orc Phantom's likely just going to do nothing the whole game. But I can't say I'm like super familiar with the exact composition of like the Plagon Stoneforge builds. Oh shit, why did I hit? Why do I have 62 cards in my deck? Did I not cut enough? Oh, well. Whoops. I guess we're running 62. What did I didn't I add 3 cards and cut 3 cards? Am I crazy? Oh, well. Guess we're playing 82. We got the combo. These are much less mopey than my 7 and my 6 from my other hands, huh? Recently won a local thing with the Yoshiwata. I'm up on Overlords now. Such a busted card. It is very good. When you get to do the thing, it feels real nutty. Vile, why are you always here? Cauldra, why are you always here? Cauldra is helping. Indeed. Just, like, draw Solitude. I think we just have to Recruiter here. Just Recruiter Solitude. Solitude Nadu. Get back Recruiter, get another Solitude or whatever. And then the Solitude helps feed the Overlord in future turns, hopefully, if it untaps. And even if it doesn't, it at least, like, gets back the Solitude again. Kind of sucks that we just drew Cauldra Bowmasses, so we have no other actual pitch cards for the Solitude, but... I'm not sure if I'm supposed to attack first or not. If they hit, like, untapped land and Source of Plowshares, my Failure before it attacks. But, like, if my Solitude doesn't resolve, I'm not certain I want to attack. Oh, God. Time to face the music, huh? Okay, not punished. I think we just go get another Solitude anyway here. Even if we don't have a white card to pair with it. I'm not really certain about what else I would even want. Skyclave, maybe? Attack with the Evoke on the stack. Yeah, you attack with the Felia, and then cast the Solitude. Evoke trigger on the stack, the Felia can target the Solitude instead, and then we get to exile the Delighted Halfling too. That's the play. Evoke Solitude, hold fire to go to combat. You get it. I think we grab Skyclave here. There's a chance I want to like Skyclave this, attack with Felia, Flicker, Skyclave, eat another thing, or I cast Overlord, buy back the Solitude. But having an answer for like a Shuko or something is kind of nice, I think. Yoshiwata for real goated player. Yeah, like actually, Yoshiwata's really good. Be nice to talk to Yoshiwata someday, but there's a pretty tough language barrier in the way. But I would be really curious to get his D&T insights someday. No chance it was going to correct to get a land on the second recruiter here. What do I want a fourth land for? Double, I guess like Bowmaster plus Overlord. That's not really double spelling though. I'm not really super keen on casting this Bowmaster. Oh, people are still typing Yoshiwata in chat because I have the giveaway up still. I didn't even realize that. I was wondering why everyone was just showing up in chat and going, Yoshiwata. I was like, yeah, he's good. Why do people keep saying it? But no, yeah, the giveaway is still live. I have not closed it yet. The text on the screen is not illegitimate. I should end this giveaway, though. Exclamation point, give away. Voodoo Games, congrats. right after the buzzer, Tumblr Cat, sorry. Does Plagon interact with Nadu in some way? No, they're just both like kind of good in the same deck. Like this deck wants you to a Plagon deck wants you to play like Delighted Halfling Stoneforge Mystic, and Nadu kind of wants you to play Delighted Halfling Stoneforge Mystic, and you know Nadu works with Plagon because it's got more toughness than power. I guess yeah, Plagon can target your creatures for 1 mana. That is true. Let me take the text off. Give me 1 second, Voodoo Games. Remind me to give you your code, but I need to like take some game actions here, huh? I am a little bit undervaluing Bowmasters because it's not the traditional Nadu matchup, but like Bowmasters is really nice for his Plagon. Versus a traditional Bant Nadu list, Bowmasters is a lot more lackluster. Figure out what I'm doing this game. Maybe it is just Overlord, get back Solitude, and then cast and have Bowmasters. Yeah, that Einstein guy, SMH. Fun ruiner. Alright, let's cast this Overlord first and see what we find, huh? Could maybe if we find another dog, we'd be a lot more excited about holding up 2 mana. Although we probably just kind of need the Solitude, huh? We could get the Stoneforge Mystic. My opponent has 5 cards in hand, which is such an unreasonable amount of cards. If they have Nadu, we just die, though. This Plagon just, like, draws up a bunch of cards. I guess if they play Nadu, we just all do the Plagon in response, then. Kind kind of want this Witch Enchanter as the pitch card so I can cast Skyclave, but I also want to cast Bowmasters. Life's tough like that. I think we just do this. Maybe we even wanted to get like Flicker Wisp instead of Skyclave last turn to try to pair with Overlord, assuming that the dog was probably not going to get another attack. I mean, it's probably not going to work, but I'll fucking try. They have 5 power here. We have 4 pings, so I just ping face first, I guess. Assuming that they're just going to kill it. Oh, nice. Kind of want to kill the Plagon here. Make the Nadu less threatening. Cutting off their mana a little bit does appeal to me somewhat. Thing is kind of an annoyingly relevant blocker, though. Although I guess so is a 1/2 on this board state. Go into Nadu. That's not very good for me. Well, Salted Resolving is at least okay for me. Top deck Flicker Wisp would be kind of chill. Oh, they brainstormed. They knew that was gonna happen, right? Okay, it's not like the luck sack into the Caracas. They brainstormed. This was all according to plan. I can't be salty about the random top deck Caracas. All right, that's whatever. We're dead, but you know that's whatever. Draw Flicker Wisp for Witch Enchanter. Draw land. Same thing, right? They should have equipped the Delighted Halfling, though. They missed out on a trigger. Because if they know that Crocus is coming, they're going to get 2 knotted triggers off of Solitude target and then Crocus target. But it really doesn't feel like it matters, huh? I think we're just gonna fucking die. Yeah, Nadu, definitely in the Hall of Fame as, like, one of the most miserably designed Magic cards ever. Definitely respect the, like, it's not... It is, honestly, around Legacy power level. Did I not F6 properly? Hello? Oh, did I click turn off audio yield, so yield on step? There we go. Like, it's not dominating Legacy by any means, but it just, like, is kind of No one wants to be here, right? We're all thinking the same thing. It's the same as sewing Micro Spawn. We're just like, this card is like probably not too good for Legacy, but fuck, does it make me not want to play Magic sometimes? I think we can call it. This is the end of the stream. This is the last league. Losing to Nadu twice is pretty rough, huh? You want Nadu to be one of your like a little bit better matchups as DNT. The Plague on Nadu list I don't have any experience against though, and like that deck having some extra divinations and stuff is a little bit of a tough one. Oh shit, Caleb D raid. Hey, welcome all of Caleb's many viewers. Hello, we are actually just wrapping up our stream, but thank you, Caleb, for the raid. We were playing some Death and Taxes. Maybe we'll play one match, huh? How bad could it be? 11-20? We can play one more match for the Raiders. We'll do one more match with Death and Taxes. We only got slaughtered by Nadu enough. We gotta get the morale up. One more match. Hello, welcome all. I am a D&T one trick. For those of you that don't know me, basically all I do is stream D&T. Oh, I should take is the code still on the screen? Okay, thank God the code is not still on the screen. We just did our Playpoint giveaway. There you go, Voodoo Games. Chat demanding the one more match. Well, against my better judgment, we gotta give the people what they want. We have broken exactly even today anyway. 2-2 prelim, 1-1 league. I have like zero idea how to redeem this, but thank you. I mean, if you are on Moto, you can go to the store and there's a code redemption button. If you do not have Moto, then find someone who does and be like, here you go, enjoy. What has my better judgment ever done for me? True. This shadowy backstreet has been glued to my hand tonight, huh? I mean, I'm keeping it, but shadowy backstreet does not want to leave me alone. This is why Yoshi's only on 1. Yoshi's on 2! Well, I guess we're not playing Aether Vial, huh? What's wrong with taking the backstreets? Alright, fine. I guess we're playing the Aether Vial opponent. Maybe we'll draw a Crocus. Maybe we won't draw Crocus. Imagine fact checking me. I mean, it helps that I'm literally playing Yoshiwata's list right now. The exact 95 card for card, and I know for a fact there are 2 backstreets in here. Alright. Probably want to Solitude this Tamio, huh? Pitch White Orc and Phantom versus what's likely gonna be Blue-Black Tempo or something. Yes, they get their stupid thing. You can have it. I don't even care about the Tamio opponent. Would they pitch to Force? And Daze. Leave me alone. We just wanted an easy W opponent, and then they Wasteland my Crocus, force my removal spell, Daze my Aether Vial. It's all good. This Shadowy Backstreet will find us more lands. To Skyclave this Tamio, for sure. 100%. This is going great. It's definitely gonna happen. Land right there. Land right underneath this Flicker Wisp. Easy. Was never worried. We're not even dead. We drew Bowmaster too. No. What if they just ult and we just Bowmaster and kill them? Whose fault was it that we played this match? It couldn't possibly have been my doing. Can't even draw the ult. It's Caleb's fault? Yeah, see, it's definitely Caleb's fault. Who else's fault would it possibly be that we're here? Let's cut these whatever fandoms and play some Wrath of the Skies, I guess. Very minimal changes. That my opponent has Wasteland, Force Days, Tameo Brainstorm. I didn't hear the context, but I also blame Caleb. Yes, exactly. Caleb gets it. I need everyone on board with me that this was a bad decision. MH4 when they print Brainstorm that draws 4 cards for blue decks and we all go insane because they print MDFC Short Sword or something. Look, if I could Stoneforge for a land, Brainstorm could draw 4 cards. I don't give... That one's gonna get banned, and then I'll have Stoneforge for land drop. That'd be dope as hell. You're exactly right, the Miriam. It's what happens every Modern Horizons set. Is like, D&T gets a very marginal cool upgrade, and then the format breaks in half for 6 months. Did D&D even get anything in MH1? What was MH1 like? It was so long ago. That was just like Renin 6 Hogak hell, right? I don't even think D&D got a card. Not getting double wastelanded out of this game. Force of Virtue. Esper Sentinel. I think Esper Sentinel's MH2. Force of Virtue was a dark time in my history as a D&T player. This is like almost a 3-spell hand. Crocus is like kind of a spell after we got Tameo to death. We have like Wasteland. We have... I'm not convincing myself to keep this hand. This hand's just... This can't be my fault. This has to be everyone else's fault. Was Saga MH1? No, Saga was definitely MH2. Keep. I guess we bought him the Flicker Wisp. Hope to find something else to flip the Overlord with. The Magic Gods are really telling me that I should have just gone to bed, and I should not have queued up another game. I'm thinking I'm just going to take this Ponder. It's maybe a little ill-advised, but also... Whoops, I clicked Murktide Regent instead of the Ponder because I was thinking about taking the Murktide Regent. But, like... If we die, then I get to go to bed, so... It can't be the worst decision. I don't think I'm Thoughtspeacing. That's free. I have to click on this one twice. Can't end on a loss. You cut that out. I'm not falling for your tricks. Why would Overlord hit there, huh? Why? I don't know why I would expect that to happen. This is the most cursed last match I have ever played. Modern D&T definitely got that. That's true. Modern D&T got some juice. Wait, did it get any in MH1 though? Thought sees you. You cast Bowmaster or whatever. Oh, Ephemerate, Giver. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Oh, fuck me, huh? None of these cards are beatable. Especially not this Kaito. I have faith this Overlord can save us. It definitely won't get brazenly borrowed. Bloodstain Mire gone. Do you remember registering Force Virtue Local So random sacrifice? But yes, I was the progenitor of Squawks and Taxes. I probably shouldn't be so ecstatic to claim that because that deck was horrible, but it was very funny. I top baited a challenge with it once and then conned a bunch of people into buying Squadron Hawks and Force of Virtues. But boy, was it worth it when you fucking got to Force of Virtue your opponent's Ren 6 minus. This is, yeah, I fully expected this just to be cast Brazen Bar or try to kill you. If I plow this, I'm just dying to 4/4 Murktide, but 4/4 Murktide at least doesn't get to attack this turn. So I think I do just plow this and, like, try to lean on this Recruiter to hopefully have to be an answer for Murktide down the road. Was it really a con if you didn't get anything out of it? The best cons are the ones you don't get anything out of. You just do it for the love of the game. Could've sworn that Mira was the original. Yeah, me and Mira talked a lot. And, I mean, still do, but back in the day. I was definitely the first idiot to put Force of Virtue Squadron Hawk in my deck and convince other people to try it. This is just fetch cast Murktide Regent. Or maybe fetch cast like a cantrip that they found and then cast Murktide Regent. What are they? Oh, sure. Go to 4, I guess. Not dead. I just have to block. If they have another Bowmaster, they have another Bowmaster. Like, I guess, is that true? If I go to 4 here, they have 2 cards in hand. I feel like I'm supposed to block. Was MH1 around the time of Hammer Mage? That was probably MH2. Like, right... Because that had to be MH2, right? Because the 8-caster was in a deck until Urza Saga, right? I don't know what this all is about, but sure. I guess... Oh, play around my Bowmaster, I guess. Land or white card, and I'm still alive. There aren't a lot of cards in my deck that aren't land or white card, which means we are absolutely about to top deck one of them right here. Alright, that's a white card. We are, in fact, still alive, huh? Recruit, Solitude, Solitude, Murktide. Blocking gamers now, that we are. It's so cool that let you register modern decks and Legacy. Look at this. This is just modern dual decks. Opponent's playing Blue-Black Frog. We're playing Black-White Death and Taxes. That classic modern deck. We're live. Alright, I think I take this vial up. Kind of sucks if we hit a 3, but take up to, like, Vial and Solitude, potentially. I don't even know if I'm allowed to attack this turn. Depends a little bit on if we draw a white card. Oh, that's pretty good. For the Scrublands, the Yarn, it basically same. Yeah, well, I mean, the modern deck doesn't really play, like, the Vile Recruiter stuff anymore, but yeah. Overlord Felly is a powerful combo. My opponent has 2 cards in hand. One of them could very reasonably be a Force of Will. I think I attack, though. If I get my Solitude forced, I block here, and then untap, attack with Overlord again, get the Solitude, and then file it in. Could also just, like, grab a 2 and then I would just cast the White Orchid Phantom. Modern Frog is so much more sauce than this. Oculus is a much cooler card, that's true, but... pitching White Orchid is worse against Daze. Or better against Daze. I think I just say go. They could have, like, another Brazen Borrower or something. Thought sees me. I guess I should kill the Orc Army, actually, because it gets bigger. If they have, like, another Bowmaster, I take more damage here. I'm just trading every time here. Maybe this is ill-advised to you right now. There are a number of cards that are running through my head. If they, like, have consigned a memory and they consign the Solitude trigger. Okay, then give up. Versus if they have, like, flash in, second borrower, untap, draw Bowmaster, I die on that line. 100% of the time I would mill over all your equipment. Well, I mean, that part didn't matter too much. At that stage of the game, it was not that super important. We could have milled over all equipment there, and I'm still casting my Squire and being very happy about it. Man, that was a game that we barely squeaked by, huh? Was that our mold of 5? Those are mold of 5 miss on our Overlord. these hands, they're so rough. That just none of my hands have looked at all playable. Alright, this hand's got the sauce. Mold of 5 most cursed last game I've ever had. It was so cursed. We did barely manage. I wouldn't have been surprised if I made my choice there. At the end of my opponent flashes in second bar on tap, casts Orchestra Master and kills me. Goif's unusual to see. Not this version. The blue-black tempo. It's like pretty stock. Like another Goif, Bowmaster, Kaito, Murktide, Tamio. Some Barrow Goifs maybe. One of Borrower. I think we bottom the Solitude here. We're on a mulligan, so we don't really want the pitch. And we have Source of Plowshares as removal spell. I usually lose my most cursed games ever. I mean, some cursed games are just about the vibes, not about the winning or losing necessarily. Alright. Our hand is at least fine against the Thoughtseize. Got a lot of stuff in different directions. Probably take Vial or Plow, a little bit depending. Maybe Stoneforge. Unlikely Bowmaster. Bowmaster does definitely also gets worse if it's known info. Yeah, taking Vial makes sense. Solitude's back. Thoughtseize again. Alright, you got me. Should have kept my 7. This all adds up. They're just gonna fetch Surveil Land. Just pass the turn. Just no second land drop. Dang. I'm unlikely to cast my Bowmasters into like Dazes and stuff here. I could like run it out to cut off more Ponders and Brainstorms. Because it depends a little bit on what's on the top of my deck. Third land, probably just have to keep this. Probably just play out the land here. We can fetch second Surveil, potentially hold up Bowmasters. But I'm likely to at least try to cast this around Daze, maybe even just try to wait to convert it onto like their Bowmasters. But it's going to be hard to convert a Bowmaster that's known info. So we probably do just jam it at some point. All sorts of Plowshares that. Fetch my other back straight. Not sure that I want another land, honestly. It's very dangerous if I mill this and just get wastelanded, but I also don't want to flood out. I'm very likely to want to just pick up Yorion here as my Solitude pitch card. Tapping out of Bowmaster is not something I'm really concerned about. My opponent knows about it. They can easily just cast Brainstorm here if they have it. Hitting land drops is good, but also after getting double Thoughtseize, I do need to like convert. Need to cast spells. If I end up like keeping this land on top and then picking up Yorion and then having to pitch cast the Solitude, I just have like 4 lands and nothing to do. My opponent only has 3 cards left though. I think I do just have to top this. This deck is extremely mana hungry. Yeah, there's the Brainstorm. Kind of what we expected. Gonna go Scrubland. Pick up Yorion, go. With the hope that they don't just like jam a Murktide and force me to spew my hand to kill it. opponent come back. It's be a real tough brainstorm, which is probably not good for me. Usually when your brainstorm's tough, it's because all of your cards are good. You don't know what you want to necessarily shuffle away if you have to. Hopefully they're just tanking because they're like, wow, all 5 of these cards are just so dog shit. Third Thoughtseize. Ugh. Sometimes you like to hold your, like, not pick up Yorion on 3 mana, just like play around some stuff like that, but also they're gonna take the Solitude over the Yorion anyway, but 2 cards in hand. I think it's Stoneforge for pre-war formal wear here. And then jam Bowmaster into Daze. It's tempting to Stoneforge for the removal spell. Stoneforge for Phantom Blade here. To try to answer the Tameo. I guess step 1, let's try to resolve Stoneforge Mystic, huh? I think this is the better card to resolve. So if their last cards are like blue card Force, then we can pretty easily figure out what to do after that. But if they're not, then we have to think about Formal Wear versus Phantom Blade, huh? Formal Wear, getting back the other Stoneforge would be nice. It's also really good with Yorion. Phantom Blade also really good with Yorion, notably. It's worse if they have an answer for my Stoneforge Mystic. The Pure Formal Wear makes it so that the Phantom Blade will hit much harder. It gives them an extra turn with Tameo, though. I think I want this. MH4 card post-war Phantom Wear does both. It just pre-war Formal Wear, but he's got the Assassin Blade. I guess we just cast Bowmaster here, huh? Phantom is such a funny playable to random. It is a very funny one. I didn't think it was actually gonna be that good. I just like put it in my deck because I wanted to try it, and then I was like, wow, this card's actually kind of nutty in the Black Splash. Just worked out really well. Now you just have a removal spell in your Stoneforge toolbox. MH5 version also does your taxes. That's what I call the death and taxes. True. Shout out to doing your taxes. Something that I haven't done yet because I'm irresponsible. Anyone else in chat not do their taxes yet? All the Americans out there. Not doing your taxes yet? Nice. Love to see it. No, never mind. You're not American. Is tax? I don't know. I assume tax days are different. Are they? Is that like a worldwide like? Okay, they are slightly different dates at least. Canadians are at the end of April. You guys have a little bit more time than me. Mine's mid-April. This is pretty beatable. Oh wait. If they have force, this plan's really bad. But if they don't have force, this plan's really good. But But if they have Force, then we have Yorion afterwards, then we're still pretty okay. Kind of insane that WotC refused to print good equipment for years because I was insane the back-to-back of Fire Ice GTA was, and then they went on a run of Shakespeare Culture for War. But that is, they have gotten a lot more, like, they've explored the design space of equipment a lot more, and I do appreciate that. It's especially as, like, the power level of other cards has increased. Equipment were very bad. No, the 4 Thoughtseize! My Yorion, no! Into Murktide Regent? Oh, God. It's all coming apart. We might be able to win with my Menace Bowmaster, though. I guess maybe they don't attack with Tamio. Is Murktide on defense? Oh, Caracas the Tamio. I guess, yeah. I want to suit up the Bowmaster so it's protected from Bowmaster. Let's cut them off some mana. Did we do it? Maybe I should have actually suited it. Well, I guess it's tough. Because now if I'm like attacking Bowmaster into open mana and they have like their own Bowmaster, they can just double block. And I'd rather not have my Bowmaster die. I'd rather have a Stoneforge die. But in that same world, would have to have suited up a Stoneforge instead, and the Bowmaster's exposed to just being pinged by an opposing Bowmaster. So I guess you just can't play around everything. Or in this case, play around specifically the card Orcish Bowmaster and nothing else. That one's pretty good too. I mean, I think we just go to combat. If Bowmaster dies, kills half of a Bowmaster, and then I play Sash and just make the Sash big. I mean, they never play Tamio there because they just are dead on board to Caracas. They're maybe just bluffing Bowmaster, or maybe they actually have Bowmaster. Who knows? I think I just say call. Do I attack all if that's the case? If they do have Bowmaster, if they have just removal spell for Orcish Bowmaster, then they block a Stoneforge, and then they take 2, and then I play Sash. I think that's still kind of fine for me. Or maybe they just die. Who knows? Maybe they just got nothing. Oh, they actually have a thing. Oh, that's it. Okay, put you to 1. Okay, they literally can't Thoughtseize my Phantom Blade. All of their Thoughtseizes are gone, so we can just cast Lion Sash here. Duress incoming. I also think we still win because they're at 1 life. it's fine if they actually do take the Phantom Blade. I think we still very much win the game, but... Okay, they have 2 cards in hand, one of which is Tameo. Yes, we did it! Oh, God. Alright, what a game. Alright, that is a game to end it on, huh? That's a match. Shout out to Caleb for suggesting that we do that match. Now that we won. After that game 1, though, all Caleb's fault. That horrible game 1 that went terribly. And then also the start of the game 2 that also went terribly. But we still fucking won. And that's what matters. Can't end on a hot streak. Gotta keep going. You cut it out. Leave me alone. I'm going to bed. I have work in the morning. Thanks to you, everyone. Thank everybody for coming and hanging out. Shout out to everyone that followed that I missed because all of my notifications are broken. Ratha Shira, Voodoo Games, AD Hammy, Japanese Fisherman, and Sir Drake San Diego. Thank you all for the follows. Appreciate it. I'm gonna go find someone to raid here. Shout out again to Caleb for the raid and joint exploration for the raid as well. I'm gonna assume that Harain is still streaming. Of course he is. Sicko just stays up until God knows how late playing Legacy. Goes ahead, Harain for me. Also a wonderful Legacy player. Playing some... I don't even know what he's on right now. But I'm going to bed. Have a good one, everybody. Let's start the raid. Thanks for watching. Follow here. Follow me on Blue Sky. Subscribe to my YouTube channel to watch all these VODs. And we'll be back. We'll be back, hopefully. Yeah, we'll be back Tuesday for the LCQ. Maybe we'll be back Sunday. We'll see if I really grinded the QPs. I'll post about it on socials. See y'all later.